Once again, the starters in the 9th race are behind the gate. 1 Inverness Beauty, 2 Pegasus Apple, 3 Confident Sabra, 4 Spook and Jig Time, 5 Once again, the starters in the 9th race are behind the gate. The outside 7, Nayla's 1 Inverness Beauty, 2 Pegasus Apple, 3 Confident Sabra, 4 Spook and Jig Time, 5 Fair Advise, 6 Hobo's Treasure. The outside 7, Nayla's Bobby. They're off and pacing. Inverness Beauty moves to the front. Fair Advise is up to challenge in the early going. Pegasus Apple moving third. As they go on round that turn, Nayla's Bobby. They're off and pacing. Inverness Beauty moves to the front. Fair Advise is up to challenge in the early going. Pegasus Apple moving third. As they go on round that turn, Nayla's Bobby with Inverness Beauty fourth. Fair Advise fifth between horses is Hobo's Treasure. Then it is racing in fourth is Nayla's Bobby and the early trailers Hobo's Treasure. Confident go down the back stretch for the opening quarter with Inverness Beauty. Fair Advise in fourth from the outside second. Pegasus Apple 3/8 with Inverness in fourth is Nayla's Bobby. Racing in second now is Hobo's Treasure. Confident Sabra and Spook and Jig Time. They went by the opening quarter in 30 and 4. Rounding the turn for the 3/8 with Inverness Beauty. 6 on the outside. Racing in second now on the inside. The trailer now is Confident Sabra. Fair Advise as they come down the stretch third with half. Nayla's Bobby racing in fourth. On top and still dictating the pace. Spook and Jig Time is moving 6 on the outside. Fair Advise hanging top second. The trailer now is Confident Sabra. Looks for racing room as they come down the stretch for the opening half. In 1:03 and 3. On top and still dictating the pace. That is Inverness Beauty. Spook and Jig Time. Fair Advise hanging top second. Pegasus Apple looks for racing room third as they reach the half in 1:03 and 3. Nayla's Bobby racing in second. Pegasus Apple. Spook and Jig Time with a straight wide third. There goes Nayla's Confident Sabra sees them all as they go down the stretch for the final time. Inverness Beauty continues to lead. Racing in second. Pegasus Apple. Fair Advise is fading third. There goes Nayla's Bobby as they go past the 3/4 as they go down the back stretch for the final time. Following him with the 3-wide got company coming. Then it's Inverness Beauty on and Confident Sabra racing in between horses as they go past the 3/4. Still going 1:36 and 1. Pegasus Apple, no Mr. Hubbard, you got company coming. Inverness Beauty on top. And racing in between horses, Nayla's Bobby and Spook and Jig Time still going 3-wide. Here comes Pegasus Apple, no place to go from fourth. Into the picture comes Hobo's Treasure. They're fanning out 5 wide. Then come down the stretch for the line. On top now is Spook and Jig Time. Here comes Hobo's Treasure and Confident Sabra. On the inside as they come for the line. Spook and Jig Time is going to win it. Then tight for place between Confident Sabra and Nayla's Bobby in the time for that mile. Parading back to the winner of the 9th race is number 4, Spook and Jig Time. A 5-year-old mare by Angel's Wave from the dam Precious Jig Time, owned by Blaine Hannay of Rexton and Debbie Mahar of St. John. Parading back, trained and driven of the 9th race is number 4, Spook and Jig Time. Her third win of the 5-year-old mare by Angel's Wave from the dam Precious Jig Time, owned by Blaine Hannay of Rexton and Debbie Mahar of St. John. Number 4, Spook and Jig Time, trained and driven by Wayne Mahar. For Spook and Jig Time, her third win of the season from 18 starts. She paces the mile today in 2:07.
For race 2, as starters approach the head of the stretch,
and Wayne Mahar.
8 starters, Lone Water Leonard with Doug Falcons, Certain Pleasure and Ricky Armstrong, Springbrook Chip, Wayne Hubbard, KGZ2 starters approach the head of the stretch,
Get off
8
the
starters,
doors,
Lone Water Leonard with Doug Falcons,
Jig Time,
Certain Pleasure and Ricky Armstrong.
I've got control with Gordy
Springbrook
Hennessy
Chip,
and Virgin
Wayne Hubbard,
Breeze, Brian Moore.
KGZ2 with Tim Rossetti.
Get off
Here
the
they
door.
come, Todd Trites.
Spook and Jig Time, Steve Mahar.
They're off and
I've
leaving
got
the
control
line
with Gordy
Springbrook
Hennessy
Chip
and
goes for
Virgin
the top
Breeze,
from
Brian
the rail is
Moore.
Lone Water
8
Leonard
starters, second
and
race.
racing in third
Here they come.
KGZ2 as they drive into the first turn. Heading to the 8th pole at the back of the
They're
pack.
off and leaving
That's
the
Certain
line.
Pleasure off
Springbrook
stride.
Chip goes for
He's
the top
okay, though,
from
as
the
they
rail
race
is
by
Lone
the
Water
8th
Leonard
and
is
racing
your leader by
in
that
third
marker, Springbrook
KGZ2
Chip.
as they drive
Up
into
on
the
the
first
outside,
turn.
moving on
Heading
from
to the
third
8th
goes
pole at the back of the pack.
KGZ2. Get
That's
off the
Certain
doors
Pleasure off
fourth.
stride.
That's Birdton
He's okay, though, as they race by the 8th and Lone Water Leonard is your leader by that marker. Springbrook
Jig
Chip.
Time.
Up on the
And
outside,
trailer
moving on
is
from
Certain
third goes
Pleasure.
KGZ2. Get off the quarter 30 and 4
That's
Birdton
in a
Breeze
good bunch
Park
as they
moving
race
fifth
to the
on the
3/8.
outside.
Lone Water
I've got
showing the way
control control. Spook and Jig Time. And the trailer is Certain Pleasure. They race by the opening quarters, 30 and 4/5 in a good bunch as they race to the 3/8. Lone Water Leonard showing the way outside park. Second is KGZ2. He lays on the outside. On the rail third is Springbrook Chip and Park fourth on the outside, but with a bit of cover is Burton Breeze as they swing off the turn and come racing through the stretch. Breeze on the rail, three outside as they come to the half, and Lone Water Leonard get off still in command. That is KGZ2 is parked on the second on the outside. On the rail, Springbrook Chip third, Burton Breeze comes to the fourth as they pass the half. 102 get off the door fifth. That is Spook and Jig Time moving sixth on the outside. KGZ2 he has not seen the rail. Back is Certain Pleasure and they race into the turn. Heading by the 5/8 pole racing by that marker. Lone Water Leonard with a half-length lead. Outside is KGZ2. He has not seen the rail. Lays second on the outside. KGZ2 on the rail looking for racing room. KGZ2 has also been parked. He hangs fourth. They race by the 3/4 neck and neck. On the inside, Lone Water Leonard outside KGZ2. In between them, 32 and 4. KGZ2 now. On the outside shows half through the stretch. Lone Water Leonard and Springbrook Chip on the outside. Burton Breeze is coming on. Wide is Spook and Jig Time. In between them, get off the door. I've got control. They're closing in now. They come through the stretch. It's Lone Water Leonard on the outside. Burton Breeze is coming on. Springbrook Chip looking for room. Here comes Spook and Jig Time. Lone Water Leonard, they're closing in. There they are. At the line, a tight finish. Could be Spook and Jig Time. Burton Breeze and Lone Water Leonard. A tight finish. And Debbie Mahar of St. John.
2:04
Trained by
and
Wayne
2.
Mahar, Steve Mahar driving this afternoon. Spook and Jig Time.
Precious Jig Time.
She by fourth win of this racing season. Owned by Blaine Hannay of Rexton and Debbie Mahar of St. John. 2:04 and 2. Trained by Wayne Mahar, Steve Mahar driving this afternoon. Spook and Jig Time picks up fourth win of this racing season. A season's best for this afternoon in 2:04 and 2. 6. Spook and Jig Time. The head of the stretch. Again, this is the second half of the double dash. From the rail out, we have I've Got Control with Gordy Hennessy, Burton Breeze, and Brian Moore. A Lone Water Leonard approach the head of the stretch. Again, this is the second half of the double dash. From the rail out, we have Springbrook Chip, I've Got Control with Gordy Hennessy, KGZ2, Breeze, and Brian Moore. Spook and Jig Time, Steve Mahar, Lone Water Leonard, the door, Doug Falcons. Certain Pleasure with Rick Armstrong. Here they come. Springbrook Chip and Wayne Hubbard. KGZ2, Tim Merzetti. From the rail, Jig Time, Steve Mahar, and get off the door, Todd Trice. Racing in between horses and Lone Water Leonard. Here they come. Up on the inside, though. Racing a four-third of Springbrook Chip from the rail as I've Got Control. Burton Breeze as they race on. Racing in between horses and Lone Water Leonard. Stretch they head to the quarter with moving up on the inside, though. Cutting it out. Racing a four-third of Springbrook Chip to take it. Lone Water Leonard gets pushed to the outside as they race on the outside of the eighth pole. And up the back stretch they head to the quarter with I've Got Control. Racing cutting it out. Lone Water Leonard moves on 31 seconds, but he's parked. Burton Breeze has third. On the outside, Certain Pleasure, and they race into the turn. Head to the 3/8 pole. Chip. I've Got Control shows the way. By the quarter, 31 seconds, and KGZ2 sitting pretty. Get off the door, the trailer is Certain Pleasure, and they race into the turn and head to the 3/8 pole. Cover fourth on the outside, shows the way. Chip is Lone Water Leonard lays second on the outside. Get off the door, on the outside is KGZ2 to the trailer as they pass the half. Spook and Jig Time with cover fourth on the outside. Springbrook Chip is fifth. Then they race into the turn for the second door. On the outside is KGZ2 the trailer as they pass the half. Certain Pleasure. I've Got Control, your leader, by the half and 102 and 2. They race into the turn for the second time. I've Got Control and Burton Breeze has gotten a good trip so far. Back to second on the inside. Then Lone Water Leonard hangs a third on the outside as they race by the 5/8 pole. 3 wide. Spook and Jig Time has 3/4 I've Got 3 wide. That's Spook and Jig Time. KGZ2. Then it's the Springbrook Chip. Get off the door. Certain for the Pleasure and they're fanning out 3 wide. Racing to the 3/4 I've Got Control. That's Spook and Jig Time. 1:34 and 1 by the 3/4. Spook and Jig Time is on the outside, bidding for the top, and shows on top a half length now. Spook and Jig Time. I've Got Control. Burton Breeze third. Up on the inside, tipping out 3 wide. KGZ2. 4 wide. Get off the door, and they come off the turn. Spook and Jig Time wins it, and it looks like I've Got Control. Burton Breeze. Up on the inside comes Certain Pleasure, but it's Spook and Jig Time moving out, and KGZ2. Spook and Jig Time wins it, then it looks like Burton Breeze.
I've got control. 204 and 3. Springbrook Chip and Certain Pleasure get off the door. KGZ2, Lone Water Leonard. Time for the mile with
Spook and Jig Time.
204 and 3.
Jig Time, a Black Mare 5 by Angels Wave.
Back now for the second time today.
Steve Mahar Links, owned by Blaine Henney of the afternoon. Debbie Mahar of St. John,
once again
trained
with
by Wayne Mahar.
Spook and Jig Time.
Mahar driving. Spook and Jig Time, a Black Mare 5 by Angels Wave out of Precious Jig Time. She by Armbro Links, owned by Blaine Henney of Rexton.
So the double dash.
Debbie Mahar of St. John, trained by Wayne Mahar. Steve Mahar driving. 3. Again, that's the fourth winner of the day for Steve Mahar.
Fifth win of 1995.
Second win of the day. Winner of the second
both
half
halves
of the double dash. This afternoon in this sixth race in 204 and 3. Again, that's the fourth winner of the day for Steve Mahar here in race 6.
Race number
Spook
11
as our starters approach. Winner of the second half of today's Baker
double
Harry
dash.
with Doug Falcons, Island Mercury, and Gordy Hennessy. Jig Time Knievel with Steve Mahar. Moving for race number 11 as our starters approach. Eyes the Bye with Brian Moore. Baker Harry with Doug Falcons, Island Mercury, and Gordy Hennessy. Jig Time Knievel with Steve Mahar. Trailing
Miss
Silver
Swish,
Woodite
Ross
and
McDonald.
Todd Trites. Eyes the Bye with Brian Moore. WW and Mike Campbell. Jabulani, Gilberto. Radiant Skipper with Tim Rossetti, trailing Silver Woodite to the Todd Baker Harry on the rail starters, the 11th race. Moving up from the trailing position to third is Silver Woodite. On the outside, fourth goes Radiant Skipper as they race into the first turn. Knievel goes driving to the front. Baker Harry on the rail has second. Moving up from the trailing position into third is Silver Woodite. On the outside, fourth goes Radiant Skipper as they race into the first turn. Driving to the 8th pole, Jig Time Knievel leads by the 8th quarter. They're all back Harry, and that's Radiant Skipper moving up on the outside. At the back of the pack, skipping was Eyes the Bye, and now WW is off stride, and so is Jabulani. As they head to the opening quarter, they're all back pacing, and up front, Radiant Skipper takes the top. Racing second now, Radiant Skipper, 29 and Baker Harry sitting with the leaders in the move. He drives out on the top again as they pass on the outside. Jig Time Knievel, reassuming command. It's racing second now. Radiant Skipper and Baker Harry sitting with the leaders in move. Out to challenge Silver Woodite as they pass the 3/8. Island Mercury has stretched the race in front of the grandstand. It's Jig Time Knievel and Baker Harry challenging second. And then it's Radiant Skipper has third. That's Silver Woodite racing fourth. Island Mercury has fifth as they pass the half. Miss Swish, Baker Harry, half and 1 minute of a length off the leader as they pass the 5/8 pole. Radiant Skipper on the WW trails into the turn for the second time. Mercury. Jig Time Knievel, Baker Harry, 3 parts of the length off the leader as they pass the 5/8 pole. Radiant Skipper on the rail is racing third. Jig Time fourth comes Island Mercury. On the rail, Silver Woodite. Miss Swish, Jabulani, Baker Harry hanging second. WW trails Skipper moving by the 3/4. Jig Time Knievel, 1:31 and 3. Rising the turn. Jig Time Knievel and Baker Harry hanging second. Radiant Skipper looking for racing room. On the rail third. Radiant Skipper back to second. It'll be a battle as they hit the 7/8. Silver Woodite is fifth and off the top turn. Jig Time Knievel takes them home and steps out by 2 lengths. Jig Time Knievel, Radiant Skipper back to second. It'll be a battle for third. Up front though, Jig Time Knievel. Here they are. Jig Time Knievel wins it. Radiant Skipper. Island Mercury, Miss Swish, Baker Harry, Silver Woodite, Jabulani, Eyes the Bye, WW back now time for the mile of the afternoon. Steve Mahar. This time in the 11th and final with number 3, Jig Time Knievel. Jig Time Knievel is a chestnut horse, 6 years by Angels. And parading back now with his 5th winner of the afternoon, Steve Mahar. Owned by the time in the 11th and final with number 3, Jig Time Knievel. Jig Time Knievel is a chestnut horse, 6 years by Angels Wave for Jig Time Knievel. Winning by Fashion in 2:02. Owned by the Seawinds AMG stables of Moncton, trained by Wayne Mahar. Steve Mahar drives this afternoon. First win of the season for Jig Time Knievel, winning this afternoon in 2:02. Number 3, Jig Time Knievel, 5th winner of the day for Steve Mahar.
Ricky Collins of St. John. Number 4 by 2, Chip Buster by Frank Duffy of St. John by Doug Bolton. Number 5, Jig Time Knievel, but C was number 3, Playland Sequoia by Wayne Mahar. Rick Stable, Born Boulders by Steve Mahar. Number 7, Javelani on the number 4, Laney by Nate Hawkins by Joe Maryland. By Ray Study of St. John, by Heather Hathaway of the Maryland by Brian Moore. Number 5, Jig Time Knievel, on the C was AMG Stable, Print by Wayne Mahar. On the Brian Robertson and James Warren of Rexton by Javelani. On the Ines Delaney of St. John by Joe Maryland. Grade 9, Fifth Boots, owned by Heather Hathaway of Maryland, by Brian Moore. To the starter, with place and Chauvetic, Triactor, and without here, race number 9, owned by Brian Robertson and James Warren of Rexton, driven by Gary McDonald. 8 starters going here in race number 9. Take to the stores, gentlemen, I'll say when the report to the starter, with place and Chauvetic, Triactor, and without here in race number 9, hurry and by way of the parking lot.
He is one of the sensational nights of harness racing, featuring our Maritime product. Will be the 2-year-old. And on Monday night at Summerside Raceway, a good crop. One of the features is the Lobster Carnival Pace. Coming in for that is Musco Chip, making his first start in the Maritimes this year after a campaign at the Blue Bonnets Raceway. And he is one of the starters in the Lobster Carnival Pace. The 29th running of the Governor's 2-year-old fillies, and that includes a good crop of 2-year-olds this year. The next Friday, July this year, I think. for the Robert McCain Memorial. Freshman crops Let's take a look now. Starters in race number 11 here. Throughout the week in this race, Golden Jet Undersky has drawn the rail for Paul Rogers Saturday night. The 29th running of the Governor's Plate featured a winner with Anna Drummond today in the Maritimes. They're in Woodstock the next Friday, July the 25th, for the Robert McCain Memorial. Let's take a look now. Starters in race number 11 here. In this race, Golden Jet Undersky has drawn the rail for Paul Rogerson, and Paul likes to race off to Neville. He had a winner with Anna Drummond today, but placing the top early, and he can rate 30 decently from the second at St. John. Golden Jet Undersky is one of our selections here. We also like Lone Water Hobo, and for another possibility, a horse we think might step up over this racetrack after he's raced St. John is Jig Time Knievel. He was first in Frederick 2 starts ago, but placed fourth in race number 11, and then was second at St. John. Here are your starters. With Phil Pinckney already having a good day here, we like Jig Time Knievel as well. And for another possibility, a horse that fits here but is drawing outside post 7 is Point and Click. So we like the Canala combination, if you wish, of 1,
Entries
2,
are on the track
4,
and trading for race 11.
Race number 11.
It's a conditioned event for non-winners of 501 last 6 or 4 races lifetime. Number 1, Gold Jet Undersky. It's Paul Rogerson for Ken Zentner. Brian Ellis, the owner of 2 Lone Water Entries are on the track and trading for race 11. It's a conditioned event for non-winners of 501 last 6 or 4 races lifetime. Number 1, Gold Jet Undersky. It's Paul Rogerson for Ken Zentner. Brian Ellis, the owner of 2 Lone Water Hobo, Dave Carey driving. Acton Alike from AMG Stables Limited as Bernard Cochran driving for Darren McDonald, Phil Pinckney aboard. Number 5, Hillview Wonder, Obadonna Wilson, Danny Romo at the helm. The Seawinds AMG Stables Limited, the owners of 4, Jig Time Knievel, Phil Pinckney aboard. Number 7 is Point and Click with Gary McDonald driving for Ashley Sloat. Number 5, Hillview Wonder, Obadonna Wilson, Danny Romo at the helm. 8, Casimir Me Can Fly, owned by Charles McDougall. Ivan Cormier driving for 6, Doozer, owned by Reg Weatherby. Alike. Jig Time Knievel. Number 7 is Point and Click with Gary McDonald driving for Ashley Sloat. Dave McDougall will pilot from post 8. Casimir Me Can Fly, owned by Charles McDougall. Post time is in 7 minutes. They're off and pacing. Jig Time Knievel off the gate at the rail is Gold Jet Undersky. Those 2 and vying for the early lead. Me Can Fly. Hobo finds a seat. 3rd away 4th Acton Alike. Wide in 5. That's Doozer. As they race on by the opening 8th, Gold Jet Undersky emerges with pacing. Jig Time Knievel off the gate at the rail is Gold Jet Undersky. Those 2 are vying for the early lead. Lone Water Hobo finds a seat. 3rd away 4th Acton Alike. Wide in 5. That's Doozer. As they make their way past the opening quarter. As they race on by the opening 8th, Gold Jet Undersky emerges with the early lead. Jig Time Knievel driving up looking to take over. Lone Water Hobo at the rail is 3rd. A gap of 4 lengths back to Acton Alike, who races 4th. Seconds was along in 5, and as they make their way past the opening quarter, that is Hillview Wonder. Then Casimir Me Can Fly has 6 back in 7. This Point and Click in the early trailer is Doozer 4th. Seating arrangements complete. Silver file as they move by the 3/8. 29 seconds was the quarter. Point and Click in 6 is Jig Time Knievel. By 1 length, Gold Jet Undersky will travel 8th and trailing the pocket. Lone Water Hobo is next in line 3rd. Now closer to the backstretch. Jig Time Knievel first over is Hillview Wonder. From 5 at the rail, that's Acton Alike. Second over goes Point and Click in 6. Off the rail 7 down the backstretch is Casimir Me Can Fly, and Doozer we have a horse down in the lower turn, 59 and 2/5 seconds. They head to the backstretch. Jig Time Knievel is now under pressure as they move down the backstretch by Hillview Wonder. On the inside and they race on down the backstretch and on to 3/4 is on the outside. We have a horse down in the lower turn, gentlemen. They move on past the 3/4 in 1:29. Jig Time Knievel up on the outside. Off the top and racing second is Hillview Wonder. Watch it, gentlemen, on the inside and facing 3rd. Gold Jet Undersky. Point and Click as you pull up, is on the outside and racing 4th. 5th, but on the inside is Lone Water Hobo. 3/4 second is 1:29 and 4/5 seconds. They move off the top turn and straighten out to the lane. Watch it, gentlemen, as you pull up. We have a horse down in the lower turn. As you pull up, watch it in the lower turn. Jig Time Knievel will win the 11th race. Up on the outside, second is Hillview Wonder, and Gold Jet Undersky 3rd. Back in victory lane, the winner of race 11, number 4, Jig Time Knievel, an 8-year-old chestnut son of Angel's Wave out of the Flashabout Dam Bon Flash, over the Seawinds AMG Stables Limited of Moncton. Trained and driven to victory by Phil Pinckney. Phil's second winning drive of the afternoon. The mile in back in victory lane, the winner of race 11, number 4, Jig Time Knievel, an 8-year-old chestnut son of Angel's Wave out of the Flashabout Dam Bon Flash, over the Seawinds AMG Stables Limited of Moncton. Trained and driven to victory by Phil Pinckney. Phil's second winning drive of the afternoon. The mile in 2 minutes and 3/5. The official rundown from race 11. Number 1, Gold Jet Under Sky 3rd. 2, Lone Water Hobo was 4th. 3, Acton Alike 5th. 4, Jig Time Knievel, your race winner. 5, Hillview Wonder 2nd. 6, Doozer was 7th. 7, Point and Click 6. And 8, Casimir Me Can Fly did not finish. The official rundown from race 11. Number 1, Gold Jet Under Sky 3rd. 2, Lone Water Hobo was 4th. 3, Acton Alike 5th. And 4, Jig Time Knievel, your race winner. 2 minutes. 5, Hillview Wonder 2nd. In review, 6, Doozer was 7th. 7, Point and Click 6. 7 and 8, Casimir Me Can Fly did not finish. The entry fell. Triactor 4, 29 seconds, half 59 and 2. The quarters in 1:29 and 4. The mile for Jig Time Knievel, 2 minutes 3/5. In review from the top, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 7, 6 did not finish.
It's going to be Jig Time Knievel.
451, $308.90. The Quinola, it
Elm
returned
Street Tiger,
87.30.
time for the mile, 2 minutes and 3/5. It's going to be Jig Time Knievel. Jacob Tutu. Elm Street Tiger, time for the mile, 2 minutes and 3/5.
Elm Street Tiger with Phil Sowers. Jabulani with Gilberto. With Gordy Hennessy. 4x4 with Tim Rossetti. Elm Street Tiger with Phil Sowers. Jabulani with Gilberto.
Here off in his Illy the Wire, it's Big Bucks Bomber down along the rail. Jig Time Knievel challenges 2 on the outside as they race into that turn. Jig Time Knievel moving to the top. Big Bucks Bomber is in 2. Ransom Hints is 3. WW moves along in 4. Here they come. Jacob Tutu is 5 on the outside. Here Elm Street Tiger is in 6. Jabulani is 7 along the rail. 4 Jig Time Knievel challenges 2 on the outside as they race into that turn. Jig Time Knievel moving to the top. Big Bucks Bomber is in 2. Ransom Hints is 3. WW moves along in 4. Tutu is 2 on the outside. 5 on the outside. Elm Street Tiger is in 6. Jabulani is 7. 4x4 Jabulani moves 5 on the outside for that first quarter. Jig Time Knievel. Jacob Tutu now on the outside. 4x4 as they race down the stretch for that first half. Jig Time Knievel. Jacob Tutu is 2 along the rail. Jacob Tutu is 2 on the outside. Big Bucks Bomber is 3. Jabulani 4 on the outside. Jabulani moves 5 on the outside. He's followed by cover. It's still Jig Time
on the outside comes
4x4 as they race down the stretch for that first half. Jabulani now out and driving. It's 3 wide as they race along the rail. Jacob Tutu is 2 on the outside. Big Bucks Bomber is 3. Jabulani 4 on the outside. Jacob Tutu is by the half, 1 minute, and the 1 racing room, 4 along the rail. It's still Jig Time Knievel, Jacob Tutu, 2 on the outside, Big Bucks Bomber and Elm Street Tiger. Jabulani now out and driving, 3 wide as they race on for the 3 quarters. Jig Time Knievel along the rail, Jabulani now 2 on the outside. Jacob Tutu is in 3, Big Bucks Bomber looking for a racing room, 4 along the rail. Bomber charges up on the outside. Ransom Hints moving along in 4x4 as they come racing to the wire. It's Big Bucks Bomber at the wire. Big Bucks Bomber, Ransom Hints, Jig Time Knievel. Big Bucks Bomber now out to move from 2 as they swing off the 7/8 and head for home. Jig Time Knievel, Big Bucks Bomber charges up on the outside. Ransom Hints moving along in 4x4 as they come racing to the wire. It's Big Bucks Bomber at the wire. Big Bucks Bomber, Ransom Hints, Jig Time Knievel.
Fredericton driven by Doug
Time for the mile, 2 minutes
and
2/5.
2 minutes and 2/5. Now I have the presentation of the cooler for the Graduate Series Early Closer Final. Fredericton, driven by Doug Polkins. Time for the mile, 2 minutes and 2/5. Now I have the presentation of the results of race number 10, Graduate Series early closer. One Big Bucks Bomber, your race winner. 1A Elm Street Tiger was 8. Number 2 Pransome Hints was 2. Number 3 WW was 4. Number 4 Jig Time Knievel was 3. Number 5 Jacob Tutu was 6. Number 6 results of race number 10 are official. Number 7 Javelani Big Bucks Bomber, your race winner. 1A Elm Street Tiger was 8.
Now the starter has the horses who are race number 9.
Number 3 WW was 4.
Behind the gate.
Number 4
1 Sit
Jig
and
Time
Wave. 2
Knievel was
Quality
3.
Star. 3
Number
Jig
5
Time
Jacob
Knievel.
Tutu
4
was
Miss
6.
Levy Road.
Number 6
5
4x4 was 5.
6 Miss Tahoe.
Number 7 Jabalani
Big
was
Dylan.
7.
The outside 8 Markham's Tech. Now the starter has the horses who are race number 9. 8 Pacers behind the gate. 1 Sit and Wave. 2 Quality Star. 3 Jig Time Knievel. 4 Miss Levy Road. 5 Gordon Shumway. 6 Miss Tahoe. 7 Big Dylan.
The early lead.
Outside
Quality
8
Star between
Markham's
horses.
Tech. Sit and Wave battling for it as well on the inside. And Quality Star is on the outside of him. She shows a nose on top and drives on to the front. Quality Star and Sit and Wave. Jig Time Knievel content to sit third. Racing fourth is Miss Levy Road. Back another for the early lead. Quality Star between horses. There goes Sit and Wave battling for it as well on the inside. And Quality Star is on the outside of him. She shows a nose on top and drives on to the front. Quality Star and Sit and Wave. Jig Time Levy Road content to sit third. Racing fourth is Miss Levy Road. Back another 2 lengths to Gordon Shumway. There goes Jig Time Knievel, full of pace, charging up on the outside to grab the top. Jig Time Knievel showing the way. The best of them now, past the opening quarter in 3 and 3. There goes Miss Levy Road to the outside now from Sit and Wave and Miss Levy Road. Gordon Shumway fifth. Miss Tahoe, Markham's Tech, and Big Dylan. They reach the Big Dylan and Markham's Tech. As they go past the 3/8, they swing off the top turn and come down the stretch for the half. Jig Time Knievel showing the way. Sit and Wave, then Gordon Shumway. Second, Sit and Wave third. There goes Miss Levy Road to the outside now from fourth. Gordon Shumway fifth. Then Miss Tahoe, Markham's Tech, and Big Dylan. They reach the half. In third is Quality Star. Sit and Wave has fourth, then Gordon Shumway. Racing in sixth is Miss Tahoe. Third, racing in fourth, Sit and Wave, then Gordon Shumway. Miss Tahoe, Markham's Tech, and Big Dylan. Third panel in 5:89 and 4. In pursuit of Jig Time Knievel. Now with Down the backside they go. Racing second, Miss Levy Road. In third is Quality Star. Sit and Wave has fourth, then Gordon Shumway. Racing in sixth is Miss Tahoe. Jig Time Knievel, Miss Levy Road. Dylan and Markham's Tech, eighth, past the 3/4 has some pace as well. Third panel in 29 and 4. Has too much on their way to the 7/8 now with Jig Time Knievel. Miss Levy Road on the outside, 4-3 the time. Then it's Quality Star third and Sit and Wave the tight 2 and 4. They come off the top turn and race down the stretch for home. Jig Time Knievel, Miss Levy Road. Quality Star third, Sit and Wave has some pace as well. But Jig Time Knievel has too much pace today. Miss Levy Road now returning to victory lane. Your winner of race 9, number 3, the Jig Time for that mile. A 6-year-old stallion by Angel's Wave from the dam Bon Flash, owned by the Sea Winds AMG stables of Moncton. He's trained and driven by Wayne Mahar. For Jig Time Knievel, that's his 8th win of the year from 21 starts. Now returning to victory lane, your winner of race 9, number 3, Jig Time Knievel. A 6-year-old stallion by Angel's Wave from the dam Bon Flash, and Wayne by the Sea Winds AMG stables of Moncton. He's trained and driven by Wayne Mahar. Horses race number 11, Jig Time Knievel. That's his 8th win of the year from 21 starts. 2 Jig Time the mile today in 3 Baker and 4 feature edition. The last half march along down 6 Miss Levy Road. Number 3, Jig Time Knievel. Outside 8, Brad Zile. Gate approaching the head of the stretch, and here they race number 11. A field of 8. 1, High Tempered. 2, Jig Time Knievel. 3, Baker Who. 4, Feature Edition. 5, March Along Down. 6, Miss Levy Road. 7, Jabulani, the outside 8, Brad Zile. Gate approaching the head of the stretch, and here they come. In second, Baker Who gets away third. Feature Edition moves up to fourth, Brad Zile on the outside racing in fifth. Then it's March Along Down, Miss Levy Road and Jabulani. On down the backstretch for the opening quarter. High Tempered shows the way by 2.5. Takes charge from the closing the gap for the top. Then it's Baker Who and Feature Edition. Second, Baker Who gets away third. Feature Edition moves up to fourth. Brad's sixth. On the inside, racing in Miss Levy Road. The trailer Jabulani, the opening Road and Jabulani. And on down the backstretch for the opening quarter. High to show the way. Shows the way by 2.5. Jig Time Knievel closing the gap second. Third. Then it's Baker Who and Feature Edition. The outside fifth, Brad's Isle. March Along Down. Feature Edition holds down sixth. Then racing seventh, Miss Levy Road. The trailer Jabulani. The opening quarter. 30 and 2 move in front of the grandstand and past the half continues to show the way. Racing in the garden spot. Jig Time Knievel moves to the outside. Baker Who has third. Brad's Isle. Baker Who has on the outside. Then it's racing in fifth, Feature Edition. March Along Down the outside six, racing in seventh, Miss Levy Road and Jabulani on the pylons is eight. They move in front of the grandstand and past the half now with High Tempered showing to the top. Jig Time Knievel moves to the outside, the Baker Who third, then Feature Edition and Brad's Isle has third. Then it's Brad's Isle, then Miss Levy Road and Jabulani. Racing the outside six, Miss Levy Road, March Along Down in Jabulani, past the 5/8, Jig Time the backside for the 3/4, Jig Time to the 7/8, moving to the top, Baker Who third, Feature Edition, and Baker Who third, then Feature Edition and Brad's Isle, Jig Time March Along Down is sixth now, then Miss Levy Road and Jabulani, but Jig Time Knievel has them past the 3/4 in 1, 3 and 3, Jig Time Knievel turning it on, it's going to be to the 7/8 in a High-Tempered second, Baker Who third, Feature Edition a closer fourth. Then March Along Down has fifth, but Jig Time Knievel is all on his own halfway down the stretch for the wire. They're racing for place because they're not going to catch Jig Time Knievel today. Moving up for second, it's going to be Baker Who in a close one. Maybe High Tempered for show. The time returning to Victory Lane, your winner of race number 11. It's number 2, Jig Time Knievel. A 6-year-old stallion by Angel's Wave from the dam Bon Flash, owned by the Seawinds AMG stables of Moncton. He's trained by Wayne Mahar and driven to victory by Steve Mahar. Steve Mahar picks up his 5th win of the afternoon. Returning to Victory Lane, your winner of race number 11. It's number 2, Jig Time Knievel. Has 9 wins for the season. A 6-year-old stallion by Angel's Wave from the dam Bon Flash. Number 2, Jig Time Knievel. AMG stables of Moncton. He's trained by Wayne Mahar and driven to victory by Steve Mahar. Steve Mahar picks up his 5th win of the afternoon. With number 2, Jig
race
Time
11
Knievel,
with 8 starters.
Has
Jacob
9 wins
Tutu
for the
and Danny
season.
Romo.
22
Feature
starts.
Edition
The mile
Alan
today,
Jones.
2:01
Paris
and 1.
Motion, Brian Moore.
Number 2, Jig
Jig
Time
Time
Knievel
and Gordy Hennessy.
and Steve Mahar.
Sputland Sequoia, Steve Mahar. Call Me Joey G and Ross McDonald. Jabulani, Gilberto, Baker Who and Danny O'Brien. 8 starters. We are underway with race 11 with 8 starters. Here they come. Jacob Tutu and Danny Romo. Feature Edition Alan Jones. Paris Motion, Brian Moore. Off and leaving the wire. Jig Time Knievel and Gordy Hennessy. For the early lead in between horses. Steve first Mahar. Off is Paris Motion, Jacob Tutu, Ross McDonald. The rail and outside Jabulani, Gilberto, Baker Who and Danny O'Brien. 8 starters for the 11th has the front for now. Here they come. The 8th pole and head up the backstretch for the quarter with Paris Motion. Bidding for the top. They're off and leaving the wire. 3 of them out there battling for the early lead in between horses. First off is Paris Motion, Jacob Tutu. From the rail and outside is Jig Time Knievel. Baker driving into the turn. Paris Motion bidding for it. Jacob Tutu has the front for now. And they pass the 8th pole and head up the backstretch for the quarter with Paris Motion. Bidding for the top. Jacob Tutu making it top. Racing third now is Feature Edition. Jig Time Knievel looks for room third as they pass the 3/8 Sputland Sequoia has fifth. Then Baker Who, Jabulani, and the trailer shows the way. Here comes Jig Time Knievel up to second. They drive into the turn and head to the 3/8 pole. Sputland Showing the way, Jacob Tutu with Paris Motion. They'll have some cover behind the leader. Jig Time Knievel back up moving again and comes to third as they pass the 3/8 pole. In command. Jig Time Knievel in front of the grandstand for the first time. Jacob Tutu shows the way. Here comes Jig Time Knievel up to second. Paris Motion on the rail third. Then Baker Who is out and moving with cover for the half and they head to the 3/4 fifth. The 2 leaders are going neck and neck now. Jacob Tutu and Jig Time Knievel in command. Jig Time Knievel. Paris Motion position, racing third with Spudland Sequoia. Still moving forward with cover on the outside. They pass the 5/8 pole. Feature edition fifth. Then it's Baker Who outside sixth. Jabulani and Call Me Joey G, and they head to the 3/4. The 2 leaders are going neck and neck now. They're hitting the 7/8 and off the top turn. Jacob Tutu is the one to catch. Knievel through the lane. 31 and 2 3/4. They head to the 7/8 pole with Jacob Tutu enjoying a neck lead. Jacob Tutu, Knievel. Paris Motion now tips out 3 wide. Racing third, Spudland Sequoia has fourth. Baker Who is fifth. They're hitting the 7/8 and off the top turn. Jacob Tutu is the one to catch halfway through the lane. Jacob Tutu and Jig Time Knievel. Paris Motion has third. Not going to catch the 1 horse. Jacob Tutu, here they are.
Now the starter has the horses
Tutu,
race
Jig
number 11.
Time Knievel.
A purse
Paris
of
Motion, Baker Who, Jabulani
for this field of
Spudland
6. 1
Sequoia,
Jig
Call
Time
Me Joey
Knievel.
G, feature
2
edition.
Baker Who, 3 minus Accolade.
The
4 Sonny Mac.
2
5
minutes
High Tempered.
and 3/5.
The outside 6 is Spudland Sequoia. Gate approaching the head of the stretch. Now the starter has the horses. Race number 11. They come. A purse of $1,100 on the line for this field of 6. 1 Jig Time Knievel. 2 Baker Who, 3 minus Accolade. 4 Sonny Mac. 5 High Tempered. The outside 6 is Spudland Sequoia. High Tempered from the approaching the head of the stretch, and Baker Who gets away third as they move on round the turn. Minus Accolade 4th, then Sonny Mac and Spudland Sequoia. Now High Tempered takes the top away from Jig Time Knievel, heading for the quarter. Baker Who is third, then minus Accolade. Sonny Mac going for the front. Back at him, Jig from the outside is up to challenge. And Baker Who gets away third as they move on round the turn. Minus Accolade fourth, then Sonny Mac and Spudland Sequoia. Now High Tempered takes the top away from Jig Time Knievel, heading for the quarter. Then Baker Who is third, then minus Accolade. Sonny Mac in fifth. Right back at him, Jig Time Knievel on to the outside, and he goes scooting on for the front. Jig Time Knievel, and on the inside now, has an eye to the outside, is not giving up. Baker Who third up on the outside now by the opening quarter. Baker Who sitting third, then minus Accolade and Sonny Mac fifth. Spudland Sequoia trailing, moving on past the 3/8 now. They swing off the top turn and come down the stretch for the opening half. Jig Time Knievel on high command, that's Jig Time Knievel. Sonny Mac has an eye to the outside, second. Baker Who third up on the outside now. Sonny Mac and minus Accolade down the backside, fifth, and Spudland Sequoia starting to fire from the back, leading it now past the half. 1 minute and 2 fifth second. Baker Who on their way to the 5/8 with Jig Time Knievel and High Tempered sitting pretty in second. Sonny Mac comes to third on the outside. Baker Who is locked in fourth on their way to the Spudland Sequoia and minus Accolade down the backside, fading now. Jig Time Knievel leading it now by 2, then High Tempered and Sonny Mac third. Baker Who, Spudland Sequoia and minus Accolade. Jig Time Knievel, 3/4, and Buddy Mahar has Jig Time Knievel there in 1 minus Accolade on their way to the 7/8 with Jig Time Knievel and High Tempered. Sonny Mac is fading now. Baker Who comes to third. 3 wide Jig Spudland Sequoia hanging on. And minus Accolade right there too, past the 7/8. They come down the stretch for home. Jig Time Knievel. Baker Who comes out from third now to challenge High Tempered. And minus Accolade has some pace too. Jig Time Knievel and minus Accolade. Right down to the line. Jig Time Knievel minus Accolade. Close for win, but looks like Jig Time Knievel hanging on. And Jig Time minus Accolade and High Tempered wins for the season from 26 starts. 2:02 pacing today in 2:02 and 4. That's number 1, Jig Time Knievel, a 6-year-old stallion by Angel's Wave from the dam Bon Flash. Owned by the Sea Winds AMG stables of Moncton, trained and driven by Wayne Mahar. Now the starter has the horses. Race makes number 11. 10 wins for the season from 26 starts. Behind the gate, 1 pacing today in 2:02 and 4. That's number 1, Jig Time Knievel, Tough Ender, and 4, Wayne Mahar, a West Pointer. 5, Impartial Observer. 6, Calgary Flutie. The outside 7, Jig Time Knievel. Now the starter has the horses. Race number 11. They come. 7, Pacers behind the gate. 1, Twin B John Boy. 2, minus Accolade. 3, Tough Ender. 4, a West Pointer. 5, Impartial Observer. 6, Calgary Flutie. Minus the outside 7, Jig Time Knievel is up to challenge early. And on the inside, Tough Ender gets away third. Jig Time Knievel on the outside 4th. Twin B John Boy has 5th, then West Pointer and Impartial Observer moving on down the backstretch for the quarter. And the field is led by Minus Accolade. On the outside, quickly for the lead. Moving Flutie is up to challenge early. And on the inside, Tough Ender gets away 3rd. Jig Time Knievel on the outside, 4th. Twin B John Boy has 5th, then West Pointer and Impartial Observer moving on down the backstretch for the quarter. And the field is led by Minus Accolade. On the outside, sitting pretty in 3rd. Then moving for the top, Calgary Flutie looks at it from 3rd. Then it is West Pointer and John Boy. West Pointer and Impartial Observer the opening quarter. 29 and 1 to show the way. Jig Time Minus Accolade on the inside, second, racing in 3rd is Calgary Flutie and Tough Ender second on the outside. Calgary Flutie sitting pretty in 3rd. Then moving 4th, West Pointer now comes to 5th. Twin B John Boy 5th. Then it is West Pointer and Impartial Observer as they pass in front of the stand for the first time. Calgary Flutie has come to second now and to show the way. Jig Time Knievel 3rd, moving second, racing in 3rd is Calgary Flutie and Tough Ender now out 5th. West Pointer, they were past the half in 1 minute and 2/5. West Pointer now comes to 5th. Then Twin B John Boy and Impartial Observer. Minus Accolade still leading the length and a quarter. Calgary Flutie has come to second now on the inside. That's Jig Time Knievel 3rd. There goes Tough Ender, Jig Time Knievel, Impartial Observer in 5th. West Pointer. Then it is Twin B John Boy and Impartial Observer down the backside, final time. Minus Accolade and Tough Ender on the outside second. West Pointer making a bold 3-wide move. Third, sharp on the outside, 131 and 3. No place to go for Calgary Flutie 4th. Then Jig Time Knievel, Impartial Observer and Twin B John wins it over the final turn. Just over an 1/8 of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come for home. Minus Accolade and Tough Ender. Here comes Calgary Flutie now out of the pocket, and West Pointer is sharp on the outside too. Calgary Flutie, the most pace in the lane. West Pointer on the far outside. Now the Pacers are in the hands of starter Dave Nicholson and wins it over West Pointer and Minus Accolade. 1-3 the time for that mile. Flutie. 3 Charlotte's Ritzy and 1 High Tempered. 5 DeVita Let's Go. 6 Tough Ender. 7 Jig Time Knievel. The outside 8, Burst of Fury. Gate is at now the Pacers are in the hands of starter Dave Nicholson for race 15. Field of 8. 1 Sweet Miss Marlowe. 2 Calgary Flutie. 3 Charlotte's Ritzy. 4 High Tempered. 5 DeVita Let's Go. 6 Tough Ender. 7 Jig Time Knievel. To the top 8 Burst of Fury. Leaving second Gate is at the head of the stretch and Ritzy. On to the 8th. And they come. 4th, that's High Tempered. Charlotte's Ritzy. Not content to sit in 3rd, and she takes to the outside. Now second, and she's at the leader's wheel as they head on for the quarter. Calgary Flutie, Charlotte's Ritzy, surging to the top as they go on for the opening quarter. Second and racing in 3rd is Charlotte's Ritzy. On to the 8th, and driving in 4th, that's High Tempered. Charlotte's Ritzy, not content to sit in 3rd, and she takes to the outside. Now second, and she's at the leader's wheel as they head on for the quarter. Calgary Flutie and Charlotte's Ritzy, hooking on as they go on for the opening quarter. Jig Time Knievel is 3rd, coming in front of the stand. Tempered looks at it from 4th. They were past the opening quarter, 28 and 4. Still on their way to the 3/8 of Calgary Flutie. Charlotte's Ritzy still wants the top. Then it is Sweet Miss Marlowe in 3rd. High Tempered 4th, DeVita Let's Go. Then Burst of Fury, Tough Ender, and the trailer Jig Time Knievel coming in front of the stand for the first time. On the outside, there'll be action from Ritzy, the inside they come past the Flutie, still holding on to the lead. And then Sweet Miss Marlowe, Sweet Miss Marlowe, 3rd. They go past the half in 58 seconds flat. Burst of Fury, High Tempered has 4th. Then DeVita Let's Go and Burst of Fury, moving in 7th, Tough Ender, and the trailer Jig Time Knievel. There'll be action from the backfield as they come past the 5, Calgary Flutie and Charlotte's Ritzy. Then moving 3rd, Sweet Miss Marlowe, High Tempered goes to the outside now and drives on to 3rd. Burst of Fury, far from out of it, 5th. Then DeVita Let's Go, Tough Ender, and Jig Time Knievel on past the 3/4 they go. Calgary Flutie still hanging on the inside. The 3/4 reached in right down to the line. 29 and 2. There goes High Tempered. Out Fury wins it from third. And he drives between High Tempered and in between Horses. And the time for that fanning out 4 wide. 2 minutes. Top of the stretch. And 3/5 seconds. On the outside, High Tempered. Here comes Burst of Fury on the outside. The starter has the horses coming right down to the line. Number 8. Burst of Fury to the top. Burst of Fury wins it. Tight for place, but between High Tempered and Calgary Flutie. And the time for that mile. 6 Baron Bush. 2 minutes. 7 and 3/5 seconds. The outside 8 RE's Joey. Here the starter has the horses for race number 8. A field of 8. 1 Calavrita Jessica. 2 Crosland. 3 Bombshell Blonde. 4 Spook and Jig Time. 5 Sharp Jessica looking 6 for Baron the early lead. 7 Polka Girl. The outside 8 along the pylons. That's Joey. Crosland third. Moving for the 8. Bombshell Blonde is 4th. Baron Butch on the outside 5th. Racing in 6 Spook and Jig Time. Then it is Sharp Doc in the trailer, RE's Joey, as they move on for the opening quarter. Calavrita Jessica looking for the early lead. Polka Girl on the outside, second. Pretty in second. Along the pylons, that's Crosland third. Moving for the 8th, Bombshell Blonde is 4th. Baron Butch on the outside, 5th. Racing in 6, Spook and Jig Time. Then it is Sharp Doc in the trailer, RE's Joey, as they move on for the opening quarter. Calavrita Jessica showing the way, and she leads by Butch with Bombshell sitting pretty in second. Racing 6 Spook and Jig Time. And then it's back racing in 4th is Bombshell Blonde. And they were past the quarter. In front of the grandstand for the first time. 4. There goes Crosland. Surging on to the lead. Calavrita Jessica has second. Then Bombshell third. Moving 4th on the outside. That's Baron Butch. And Bombshell Blonde placed in 5th. Racing 6 Spook and Jig Time. And then it's back 3 lengths to Sharp Doc and from the back. They pass in front of the grandstand for the first time. Crosland cuts it out. Calavrita Jessica second. They head down the back to the outside from third. Racing Bombshell Blonde and Baron Butch. They reach the half in 1 minute and 4/5. Racing 6 Spook and Jig Time. Then it is Sharp Doc and RE's Joey starts to move from the back. On for the 5/8 from third. Crosland has had it all his way. He leads it by 4 now as they head down the backside final time. Then racing in second. On the outside is RE's Joey 6th. As they move on Jig Time, charging up 3 wide. Spook and Jig Time, closing the gap in second. Crosland and Spook and Jig Time. Coming down the stretch for home. It's third, 3/4 in 1:32. Coming to the line, Spook and Jig Time, Bombshell Jig Time, one last try. Then Polka Girl and Calavrita Jessica. RE's Joey 6th. As they move on for the 7/8, it's still Crosland and Spook and Jig Time. Closing the gap in second. Bombshell Blonde third. Coming down the stretch for home. It's Crosland and Spook and Jig Time. Bombshell Blonde coming to the line. Crosland and Spook and Jig Time. One last try. But Crosland hangs on to win over Spook and Jig Time. And Bombshell Blonde grabs the show. Let's go for that mile. Kimura. 4 2:03 and 2. 5 Tough Ender. 6 Cocan Henry T. 7 Impartial Observer. The outside 8. Salem Striker. Now the starter has the horses for race number 8. 8 Pacers behind the gate. 1 Jig Time Knievel. 2 Davita Let's Go. 3 Miss Kimura. 4 Time to Fight. 5 Tough Ender. 6 Cocan Henry T. 7 Impartial Observer. The outside 8. Salem Striker. Let's Go. He has second, and Miss Kimura will sit in third as they move for the opening 8th. Racing in 4th, Time to Fight. On the outside, Impartial Observer. Then Tough Ender is 6th. Salem Striker, the outside 7th. Cocan Henry T. is your early trailer as they move for the opening quarter. Takes them out of there. Davita Let's Go has second, and Miss Kimura will sit in third as they move for the opening 8th. Racing in 4th, Time to Fight. On the outside, Impartial Observer. Then Tough Ender is 6th. Salem Striker, the outside 7th. Cocan Henry T. is your early trailer as they move for the opening quarter. Jig Time Knievel shows the way. There goes moving in third. That is Salem Striker now third, now second. And going for the top following him. Salem Striker that is now scooting up to third. And they were by the opening quarter. And Impartial Observer now trails as they pass in front of the stand for the first time. The field is led by the lead. Jig Time Knievel has second. Moving in third. That is Salem Striker with DeVita Let's Go in 4. Jig Kimura has second now on the inside. Salem Striker that back to third. Then racing in fourth starts to move from the back. And Impartial Observer now trails as they pass in front of the stand for the first time. The field is led by as they head down Salem Striker on the outside second. And they reach the half away. Miss Kimura now. Jig Time Knievel has second now on the inside. Salem Striker back to third. Then racing in fourth is DeVita Let's Go and Miss Kimura has fifth. Time to fight, then Cocan Henry T and Impartial Observer, and looking for room as they head down the back Salem for the three-quarters, and racing in fifth, DeVita away. Miss Kimura now out three as they come down the stretch for home, and she drives on to second with Jig Time Knievel now third. Three-quarters of 134 and 2. Miss Kimura, strong on the outside, now second, racing third, and looking for room as Jig Time Knievel. Salem Striker has fourth, and racing in fifth, DeVita Let's Go, Cocan Henry T, sixth, as they come down the stretch for home. Tough Fender, Miss Kimura on the outside. In between horses, Jig Time Knievel. Miss Kimura comes to the top. At the line, Miss Kimura has the horses for race number 9. And it's tight for show between Jig Time Knievel and DeVita Let's Go. And the time for that mile. 4 RE's Joey, 2:04. 5 K-Bill, 6 Spook and Jig Time, 7 Chantel Down. The outside 8, that's Crosland. Here they come. Now the starter has the horses for race number 9. We have a field of 8. 1 Inverness Beauty, 2 Wee Maud, 3 Knotsford Maker, 4 RE's Joey, 5 K-Bill, 6 Spook and Jig Time, 7 Chantel Down. In between horses on the inside, Inverness Beauty leaves sharply 2. And racing in third now, Knotsford Maker gets to the inside. RE's Joey gets away fourth. Racing fifth, Crosland. And moving in sixth now, K-Bill, then Spook and Jig Time and Chantel Down. As they move single file, on their way to the quarter, and the field is led by on the inside, Inverness Beauty leaves sharply 2. And racing in third now, Knotsford Maker. And gets to the inside, RE's Joey gets away fourth. Racing fifth, Crosland. And moving in sixth now, K-Bill, then Spook and Jig Time and Chantel Down. As they move single file, on their way to the quarter, and the field is led by Inverness Beauty. Cutting it out, Wee Maud Inverness Beauty. There goes a Wee Maud. That is Knotsford Maker, and RE's Joey has fourth. They reach the quarter in between horses. Knotsford Maker coming up the inside. Racing sixth, K-Bill, then Spook and Jig Time on the outside. Seventh and Chantel Down sits eighth. Spook and Jig Time and Chantel Down. They reach the station, and they're still cutting it out. Is Inverness Beauty. There goes a Wee Maud to the outside second. And racing in third, in between horses, Knotsford Maker coming up the inside. Racing sixth, Spook and Jig Time, and K-Bill and Chantel Down. Sixth, K-Bill, then Spook and Jig Time and Chantel Down. They reach the half in 1:02, and now Wee Maud goes on to the top. Third, moving second, and Knotsford Maker, then Inverness Beauty, and Crosland closes the gap, and they reach that post in 1:33. Joey has fifth. Racing sixth, Spook and Jig Time, and K-Bill and Chantel Down as they head for the three-quarters. Wee Maud on Inverness Beauty. Here comes Spook and Jig Time Maker. On the outside, racing third, Crosland, then Inverness Beauty and RE's Joey as they move past the three-quarters, and they reach that post in 1:33. The Wee Maud and Knotsford Maker. That's Crosland with a late charge. Third to the finish, the leaders, and racing in fourth, Inverness Beauty. Spook and Jig Time comes to fifth. An eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come for home. They're fanning out 3 wide as they come for the line. On the outside, in between horses, that's Knotsford Maker. The inside, a Wee Maud. Here comes Crosland on the outside with a late charge. Coming to the finish, Crosland gets there, and it's tight for place between Knotsford Maker and Wee Maud. And the time for that mile down, 6 Cocan Knightley, 2:04 and 4 Barnett. The outside 8 Bred Handover. Now the starter has the horses race number 4. Field of 8. 1 Yuppie Frank, 2 Cariley Cripes, 3 Seawind Bubbling, 4 Some Nice Bird, 5 Getaway Down, 6 Cocan Knightley, 7 So Old Barnett. The outside 8 Red Handover for the top. Racing on the outside, Getaway Down. Yuppie Frank moves in to be third. Then it's Cocan Knightley. On the outside, So Old Barnett is off stride, but back pacing now between horses. Then it's Some Nice Bird. And 3 wide, Bread Handover from 7th. The trailer is Sea Wind Bubbling. On down the backstretch they go for the top. Racing on the outside, Getaway Down, and Yuppie Getaway moves in to be third. Moving in third, then it's Coke Nightly. On the outside, so Old Barnett is off on the outside, pacing now between horses. In 31, Some Nice Bird, and 3 wide, Bread Handover from 7th. The trailer is Sea Wind Bubbling. For the 3/8, down the backstretch they go for the quarter. Has the best Getaway Down racing in second, and Getaway Down over third. Moving in third, that's Yuppie Frank is now fourth. Nightly has moving in fifth. Bread Handover on the outside, followed by the quarter. In 31, Nice Bird, and the trailer Sea Wind Bubbling. Some Nice Bird and Sea Wind Bubbling. First time moving on for the 3/8, and Getaway Down still has the best over third. Getaway Down racing in second, and Bread Handover third on the outside. Yuppie Frank is now fourth. Moving in fifth, Coke Nightly, followed by Old Barnett, Sea Wind Bubbling, Nice Bird, and the trailer Sea Wind Bubbling. Passing in front of the grandstand for the first time, the pace moving in second. Getaway Down, Bread Handover third, past the half, in 0103. Moving in fourth, Yuppie Frank, then Coke Nightly fifth. So Old Barnett, Some Nice Bird is seventh, and Sea Wind Bubbling eighth. The 3/4 in 1:30 they go. Riley Cripes still dictating the pace, moving in second. Getaway Down, sitting pretty all the way. Moving in third on the outside, Bread Handover fifth. And Yuppie Frank and Coke Nightly still in contention from fifth. So Old Barnett, Some Nice Bird, and Sea Wind Bubbling far back. Past the 3/4 in 1:35 as they come for home. Getaway Down, trying to get Getaway Down, and moving up to third now. That's the Yuppie Frank, Bread Handover fading fourth, Coke Nightly fifth. Off the 7/8 they come down the stretch for home. Here comes Getaway Down out of the pocket to challenge Riley Cripes. Yuppie Frank and Coke Nightly as they come for home. Getaway Down trying to get to Riley Cripes, but she can't make it. Riley Cripes to win it over Getaway Down and Coke Nightly.
March Along Down with Tight. Big Time Knievel with Steve Mahar. Paris Motion with Brian Moore, and Carport Sarah Beth with Gilles Barrio.
Here they come. They're off, and as lead the wire, March Along Down drives to the top. Up on the outside, Jig Time Knievel now drives for that lead. They race into the first turn. Jig Time Knievel now to the top. March Along Down in 2. Coles the Star is in 3 with Paris Motion in 4. Kid is at the head of the stretch, and 5. Carport Sarah 6 as they race on for that first quarter. As lead the wire, March Along Down drives to the top. Up on the outside, Jig Time Knievel now drives for that lead. They race into the first turn. Jig Time Knievel now to the top. March Along Down in 2. Coles the Star is in 3 with Paris Motion in 4 seconds. They race into the Tigers first time round with Jig Time Knievel. 6 as they race on for that first quarter win is in Jig Time Knievel. 3. Paris Motion in 4. Down is in 2. Coles the Star in 3. Paris Motion is 4. Elm Street Tiger and head down the stretch for by the first quarter in 30 seconds. They race into the barn turn. First time round with Jig Time Knievel. On the outside as they reach that first down is in 2. Coles the Star is 3. Paris Motion in 4. Elm Street Tiger is 5. By the half 102 and 2. Sarah Beth is 6 as they swing off the 5/8 and head down the stretch for the half. March Along Down in 2 on the race to the Star with 3 on the outside. Paris Motion in 4 out and driving on the outside as they reach that first half. On the outside, Time Knievel. March Along Down in 2. Coles the Star is 3. They're by the half 102 and 2. March Along Down in 2 racing on for the 5/8 with Jig Time Knievel. March Along Down in 2 on the rail. Coles the Star is 3 on the outside. Paris Motion in 4. Carport Sarah Beth now up 5 on the outside. Elm Street Tiger is 3 on the outside. It's a Jig Time Knievel. Motion is in 4. Carport down in 2 along the rail. Coles the Star is 3 on the outside. Down along the rail in 4 is Paris Motion. They're by the 3/4 run. 33 on 4. Racing for the wire. Jig Time Knievel. March Along Down in 2. Coles the Star is 3 on the outside. There'll be a photo for show. Paris Motion is in 4. Carport Sarah Beth and Elm Street Tiger, they swing for home. It's a Jig Time Knievel. March Along Down, Coles the Star, they come racing for the wire. Jig
The
Time
gate is
Knievel,
moving.
that's the way it's going to be.
Approaching the
Jig
top of the
Time
stretch,
Knievel,
7
march the
starters.
line
Now
down.
Wisdom
There'll
and
be a
Brian
photo
Moore.
for show
Provisions to
between
win,
Paris
Gilles
Wilson and
Barrio.
Coles the star.
Jig Time Knievel, Steve Mahar. The Black Rooster, Gary
In the
McDonald.
Carport, Sarah Beth.
Tasmanian Twister, Tim
Time for that
Mercetti.
mile,
Flying Cash, Todd Treitz. In behind the gate. The gate is moving. They're approaching the top of the stretch. 7 starters now. Wisdom and Brian Moore. Provisions to win, Gilles Barrio. Jig Time Knievel, Steve Mahar. The Black Rooster, Gary McDonald.
To winners third.
Tasmanian Twister, Tim Mercetti. Flying Cash, Todd Treitz. Around the turn, the Black Rooster.
Then Jig Time Knievel. Then now Wisdom is racing third.
Then rushing up on the outside, what a high hope.
There, off in the Black Rooster steps out. Jig Time Knievel racing is second. Provisions to winners third. Now Wisdom up along the rail gets to third. Provisions to win racing fourth. Around the turn, the Black Rooster. Then Jig Time Knievel. And now Wisdom is racing third.
What a high hope.
Then rushing up on the outside.
What a high hope.
Jig Time Knievel right
Driving
there
on
from
the
fourth and going on. What a high hope. Is now third. He's going fourth. Then Tasmanian second takes after the leader. The leader is the Black Rooster racing the opening quarter. The Black Rooster has the lead. Head of the turn, the Black Rooster hangs a second. What a high hope, challenging a strong second. Jig Time Knievel right there third. Now Wisdom at the rail to challenge now to win racing fifth. Provisions to win is a fifth. Then Tasmanian Twister and Flying Cash and through the stretch they come. They're racing to the Black Rooster. The Black Rooster has the lead. What a high hope, racing is second. Hangs a second. Jig Time Knievel is third. Now Wisdom follow covered Provisions to win racing fifth. And Flying Cash. Then Provisions to win racing fifth. Tasmanian Twister and Flying Cash. Around the turn they go. Driving to the 5/8. The Black Rooster 3 parts of a length. What a high hope. Racing is second. Jig Time Knievel is third. Now Wisdom is fourth. Provisions to win racing fifth. And Flying Cash. Tasmanian Twister. Heading to the 3/4 pole. Still the Black Rooster holds his lead. Jig Time Knievel up along the inside. Heading home 30 and 3/5 by the 3/4 coming on. Top turn the Black Rooster. Jig Time Knievel. What a high hope between horses third. Now Wisdom is 4-3-1. Then Provisions to win. Flying Cash heading home. It is the Black Rooster. Jig Time Knievel out to challenge now from second. Heading home the Black Rooster. Jig Time Knievel coming on. They're nose to nose, neck and neck, and up the line. It is tight. It is too tight for me to call. Maybe the Black Rooster and Jig Time Knievel. Then Provisions to win Flying Cash. Now Wisdom, what a high hope. 2:02 Tasmanian Twister, the mile 2:02 and 1. By Angel's Way from Bond Flashy by Flash About. On by the Sea Winds, AMG Stables of Moncton. Trained by Wayne Mahar, Steve Mahar driving. Second winning trip this year for Jig Time Knievel, his season's best. 2:02 and 1.
Race, going for a purse of $950. It's condition pace, 8 starters, Triactor Daily Double, wins place show. The one is Jig Time Knievel, owned by the Sea Winds AMG Stables of Moncton, Wayne Mahar aboard. The 2 is Noble Chance, owned by Randy Blanchard of La Pro, the driver Gordy Hennessy. Parading now, 3 Twin 4-hour featured chance race, going for a purse of $950. Tim Mercetti, pace, 8 starters, Triactor Daily Double, the 4 Initial Intention, owned by Paul Cooper. The 1 is Jig Time Knievel, owned by the Sea Winds AMG Stables of Moncton, Wayne Mahar aboard. The 2 is Noble Chance, owned by Randy Blanchard of La Pro, the driver Gordy Hennessy. 3 Twin Bijan Boy, owned by Andrew Simpson and Brian Sterling of St. John. Downey of St. John, Tim Mercetti. Steve Mason. 7 Jesse Next Lobel, is the 4 Initial Intention, owned by Paul North Cooper River, PEI, the driver Brian Moore, Steve Mahar. Is after the Connor, owned by Mel Blanchard of New Ireland Stable of St. John, the driver Mel Blanchard. Gilles Barrio. Race 10. We have 8 starters going to post. 6 Aaron M. Down, owned by Milton Downey of St. John, the driver Steve Mason. 7 Jesse Lobel, owned by Neil Mose of North River PEI, the driver Brian Moore. And the 8 is After the Laughter, owned by Mel Blanchard of St. John,
one claimer in here.
driven by Mel Blanchard. Race 10, we have 8 starters going to post in 6 minutes.
Let's analyze it in a moment, but Huey. All right, 10th race coming up now. You saw the post parade now. What is it, $170 per start. or 6 parimutuel races left lifetime. And all eligible $3,500 claimers and one claimer in here. Pretty good claimer is Jesse LaBelle at $3,500. Best winning trip 201 this year. Let's analyze it in a moment. But Huey, let's talk about exhibition week. Boomers. Summers, where was Summer? Did someone call in and say that
I don't think we've noticed it too much
strawberries
here.
that Boyd
You know,
McDonald
we're having trouble getting our orange harvest in right now. The bananas are slow to mature. That makes sense. And you said something about the way he was picking races. Maybe he should be picking
what's today, the 27th of July? In less than a month. Let's talk about exhibition week. You know, the Atlantic National. Where was Summer? In a month away.
I don't think we've noticed it too much here. We're having trouble getting our orange harvest in right now, and the bananas are slow to mature this year.
For the last swing, what's today, the 27th of July? In less than a month, we're ready for the fall fair, the Atlantic National Exhibition. Less than a month away. Holy mackerel, gee whiz, golly gosh, son of a gun, where did summer go? So that means we got to ask some folks out there for the last swing at summer. Really good weather here, actually.
Yeah, it's a beautiful time to come over here. Remember, we know we're getting stakes horses coming. We know that we've got the top class horses coming. We've got the best overnight horses in the Maritimes.
Going for
we sure like to see those overnight horses come over here.
Probably
the Islanders, the Blue Nosers.
We had one race going
really like to have somebody to beat. So
bring your flavors over here and we'll teach them how to go fast. Not bad bucks. Got 201 Josie going for 800. Our non-winners of 2 parimutuel races lifetime going for 675 this afternoon. We've got some stalls here for folks. I think that's probably our 650. We had one race going for 650. Overnight horse. The non-winners have won the maiden. You'll be here with the going for 650. Not bad bucks. That Courageous Josie going for $850 and $2,500 So pretty good bucks here. We've got the stalls here for the Atlantic National Exhibition. You want to make reservations for the Atlantic National Exhibition? 10th race, let's take it apart. UA number 1 is Big Time Knievel with Wayne Mahar driving here with the stakes. 159 and change last year, best time of this year, 2 and 1.
This horse is dropping down in class.
1 and 2.
Hasn't been racing that badly, and it's got the rail.
We could make room for you. We'd love to have you here. I like the next fellow, Noble Chance, Josie Hanover, 5-year-old out of Hillview Naughty. 10th race, let's take it apart. UA number 1 is Big Time Knievel with Wayne Mahar driving. 159 and change last year, best time of this year, 2-1.
This horse is dropping down in class. Hasn't been racing that badly, and it's got the rail. This horse has got to be
4 starts. I like the next fellow, Noble Chance, Josie Hanover, 5-year-old out of Hillview Naughty, bred by Paul Banks, or bred by Mel Blanchard with Paul Banks stud, and Randy Blanchard, John Boy, Mel does the training, Gordy Hennessy's driving, it's John Davidson had this horse in Bangor. Last 4 starts.
Again, we're looking at
1 is last start there, 2, 2, and 2.
It should be a piece of it, but that last quarter in that last race was only 31 and change.
4 wins, 9 seconds, 9 thirds. Twin Lead John Boy, game old boy. Number 3, Twin Lead John Boy with Tim Mercedes has been racing consistently around 2, 3, and 2, 4.
This is a Kentucky Spur, real well. Again, we're looking at a horse that's dropping down in class. Maybe just got in a little sharp with money earnings today.
The 4 horse, initial intention. I like this bird. 4 wins, 9 seconds, 9 thirds, twice second, 33 starts, 1 and 2, 2 and 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 to be improving. First and his last every time out.
This is a Kentucky Spur, real well bred, 4-year-old Ross Galbraith. Maybe just got in a little rut of money earnings today.
Number 5 is Connor. I like this bird. He's been Gemini Risk out of an Abercrombie Dan.
I am not putting any more money on Ross Galbraith.
Last 2 starts.
For the rest of the afternoon.
He's got 1, 2, Number 6, Aaron M. down at 3-year-old. Lightly Blue Chip is 1 his last 2.
Exactly. I had him 6 times, 1, 2 in his last 8 starts.
I wanted Summerside, one at Woodstock. What did he do here today?
They were both in stakes competition. Jill Barrio's riding a going to be tough, but I think Aaron
You were going to put the mortgage on Palmy Kilty, weren't you?
I am not putting any more money on Ross Galbraith for the rest of the afternoon.
Number 6, Aaron M. down, a 3-year-old. Lightly Blue Chip has won his last 2. And Brian Moore is both identical starts instead of Jill Barry. One at Summerside, one at Woodstock. What do we do here today?
They were both in stakes competition. I think he'll have a tougher time. Post position's going to be tough, but I think Aaron M. down can get the job done.
Number 8, after the last year, LaBelle has won 13 races here by Mel this year. Post 8 has paid him 2-1 a change. He's got $5,400 in.
That's the unfortunate
And
thing.
Brian Moore does the driving this afternoon
I
instead
think
of Gilberto.
get the race a real classy old claimer, but it's moved up in price.
Has 1 and 2,
I think we'll have
3
a
is
tougher time
credit
from this
miles
post
and 2, 2
position
and
with
1
this
last
classy
time.
appeal.
So pretty number 8 after the laughter. Wayne Mahar, now trained and owned by Mel Blanchard, but post 8 John Boy with Tim Mercetti, initial intention of Steve Mahar.
That's the unfortunate thing tonight.
Aaron M. down at Steve
I think
Mason.
after the laughter will get the
Jesse
race
LaBelle,
another day
Brian
before
Moore,
he
after
lowers
the
his
laughter,
record.
Mel Blanchard. I made it 1 and 203 is credit miles and 2, 2 and 1 last time. Connor. So pretty even bunch. Big Time Knievel and Wayne Mahar, Noble Chance and Gordy Hennessy.
Well, I picked Aaron
Twin B
down,
John
so I
Boy
went
with Tim
6,
Mercetti, initial
1,
intention of
Big
Steve
Time
Mahar.
and Jesse LaBelle,
Connor with
7,
Gilberto, Aaron M. down at Steve Mason.
1,
Jesse LaBelle, Brian Moore, after the
7.
laughter, Mel Blanchard. I made it 2-7 because it's been Noble Chance.
In pace with 8 starters.
Jesse
Setting up
LaBelle
with
and
Jig Time,
Connor.
Knievel,
Should
Noble
have,
Chance,
I was going to pick
Twin B John
another one
Boy,
and go with Aaron M.
initial
down. What did
intention.
you do?
Well,
Connor,
I picked Aaron
Aaron
down, so I
M.
went
down,
6,
Jesse LaBelle, and
1,
after
Big
the
Time
laughter.
Knievel, and
8
Jesse
starters to the
LaBelle,
gate for the
7 horse
10th race.
3.
So that's 6,
1,
and
7.
7. Got to mark them down because it's been told.
In pace with 8 starters. Heading up with Jig Time, Knievel, Noble Chance, Twin B John Boy, initial intention, Connor, Aaron M. down, Jesse LaBelle, and after the laughter. 8 starters to the gate for the 10th race. Starters for the 10th race are at the gate, and the gate is moving. Race 10 starters behind the gate and approaching the top of the stretch. Jig Time Knievel with Wayne Mahar, Noble Chance and Gordy Hennessy. Twin B John Boy, Tim Mercetti. Initial intention with Steve Mahar. Connor, Gilberto. Aaron M. down, Steve Mason. Jesse LaBelle. Starters for the 10th race are at the gate, and the gate is moving. 8 starters, race 10 starters behind the gate and approaching the top of the stretch. Jig Time Knievel with Wayne Mahar, Noble Chance and Gordy Hennessy. Leaving the line, Jig Time Knievel, Aaron Mercetti. Initial intention with Steve Mahar. They drive Connor, Gilberto, Aaron M. down, Steve Mason. Jesse LaBelle with Brian Moore from the outside after the third. Mel Blanchard, John Boy, 8 starters, 10th race. LaBelle now racing fifth. Here they come. They race by the 8th pole with Aaron M. down, bidding for the top. There, leading the line, Jig Time Knievel, Noble Chance racing down, racing for the top. They drive into the turn as they race by the corner with Aaron M. down, Jig Time Knievel racing with them as they drive into the turn. Noble Chance has third. Out from second again, Jig Time Knievel wants the front end. Jig Time Knievel back out on top. Aaron M. down has second. That's Noble Chance out driving stay with third. With Noble Chance racing for third. And tight quarters up front though as they race by the quarter with Aaron M. down getting there. And they race through the stretch for the half. 4 out 28 and 4 along the rail. Out from second again, Jig Time Knievel wants the front end. Jig Time Knievel back out on top. Aaron M. down has second. That's Noble Chance out driving on from third. Twin B John Boy fourth. Jesse LaBelle moving fifth. Then initial intention after the laughter. The trailer is Connor. And they race through the stretch for the half. 4 out from challenging. And 4 along the rail. It's a battle for the top as they approach the half. Jig Time third as they head to Noble Chance challenging second. Time Knievel and Noble Chance. Aaron M. down on the rail third. Twin B John Boy hangs fourth on the outside. Initial intention racing fifth. Jesse LaBelle after the laughter. Jig Time Knievel pacing out on top. 29 Noble Chance racing second. Knievel on top of Aaron M. down racing third as they head to the 3/4. Jig Time Knievel and Noble Chance. Aaron M. down on the rail third. Twin B John Boy hangs fourth on the outside. Initial intention racing fifth. Jesse LaBelle after the laughter. Connor the 3/4 now by 29 and 3. Jig Time Knievel on top of length and a half. Noble Chance and Aaron M. down, laying third along the rail. Twin B John Boy fourth. Initial intention, Connor tips out 3 wide, but Jig Time Knievel, the one to catch through the stretch, and here they come for home. Jig Time Knievel moves out, now by 3 or more. Aaron M. down, Noble Chance and Twin B John Boy comes on. They're not going to catch Jig Time Knievel, and here they are. Jig Time Knievel wins a tight for place between Noble Chance and Twin B John Boy, then Aaron M. down, initial intention, Connor, after the laughter, Jesse LaBelle, the time for the mile, 2 minutes and 2/5. The inquiry sign is up. Hold your tickets, please. The inquiry sign is up. Possible interference by number 6, Aaron M. Down. Number 1, Jig Time Knievel approaching the quarter. Inquiry sign is up. Rating back now, the winner of the 10th race, our feature of the afternoon. It's number 1, Jig Time Knievel, a chestnut horse, 7 years, by Angel's Wave out of Bon Flash, she by Flashabout, owned by the Seawinds AMG stables of Moncton, trained and driven by Wayne Mahar. Third winning trip of the season for Jig Time Knievel, a season's best this afternoon in 2 minutes. Now, the winner of the 10th race, our feature of the afternoon. It's number 1, Jig Time Knievel, a chestnut horse, 7 years, by Angel's Wave out of Bon Flash, she by Flashabout, owned by the Seawinds AMG stables of Moncton, trained and driven by Wayne Mahar. Third winning trip of the season for Jig Time Knievel, a season's best this afternoon in 2 minutes and 2/5. Number 1, Jig Time Knievel with Wayne Mahar. The result of the 10th race, now official. Race 10 official, Jig Time Knievel, your race winner. Noble Chance was 3rd. Twin B John Boy, 2nd. Initial Intention, 5th. Connor, 6th. Aaron M. Down was 4th. Jesse Lobel, 8th. The result of the 10th race, after the now official, 7th. Race times, quarter and 28 and 4. The half, race 10 official, Jig Time Knievel, your race winner. 3, Jig Time Noble Knievel, Chance, your winner, 2 minutes and 2/5. Twin B John Boy, 2nd. Pay in the 10th race. Initial Intention, 5th. 1, 2, 3, which Connor, 6th. Aaron M. Down was 4th. 1, 3, 2. Jesse Lobel, 8th. Combination after the laughter, 723. Race times, quarter and 28 from the top down. The half, 59 and 1. 3/4 and 129 and 3. Jig Time Knievel, your winner, 2 minutes and 2/5. Feature pay in the 10th race. 11th final is up next. 1, 2, 3, which returns 100 starters in race $23. 1, 3, 2. No changes on your triactor combination.
The inside
123.
And we
have should read from the top down.
1, 2, and 3. 3 horses dropping
5,
down
6,
in class.
4.
So
8, 7 mile in 2 minutes and 2/5. 11th and final is up next. 8 starters in race 11.
By contrast, Jesse LaBelle, who
no changes on your
here that the inside post positions
got a race off the top, left
and
post
we had
never made the top,
1, 2, and 3, 3 horses dropping down
for a hole
in
early,
class.
found it.
So consequently, they
look
had
at
an
his
easier
form,
race
he's got to
and
be on
good
top of
post
the quarter
positions.
before he wins any horse
Probably
races.
that would have been an easy try to
all
pick.
back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th. By contrast, Jesse LaBelle, who I had picked for second, got a race off the top, left from post 7, never made the top, never went to the top, looked for a hole early, found it, depending on look at his form, he's got to be on top of the quarter before he wins any horse races. Should have been handier there. He's all back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Noble Chance get in the air over there.
Well, Jesse LaBelle was racing in cheap claimers not very long ago, so it's really stepped up in class. And given an outside post position in this pretty tough race, a real tough trip.
And another thing too, depending myself, there's only one in. One and two, 1 and chance should have been handier there, but I said to him, like John Boy, has a game all Noble Chance get in the air up there. Jig Time Knievel parks up, getting 59 and 1.
one of his better starts this year. Yeah, sure shows. Noble Chance raced a real tough trip here. Race all is going to come through almost every time.
Wayne is just moving away for Marin and down, getting up along the rail there. Looks like he might. I said Twinley John Boy was a game ball boy. There he is out. Still a good trip for Aaron M. down. He winds up getting a 2 out of this one.
3-year-old. One of his better starts this year in the Downey sure shows that a classy horse.
So this bird just moves away from Jig Time Knievel,
four
brother.
Almost every time.
Wayne is just moving away for Marin M. down, getting up along the rail there. Looks like he might not a challenge.
Yeah, no, they're an interesting pair.
Still a good trip for Aaron M. down, 4th and 2 minutes
that came out of the mare by and a green 3-year-old. Look for this colt to be a lot better horse in the Downey stable. Flashback was Natty-O's Harry stud that stood here in the Maritimes, but it was interesting. Flashback was quite successful. It was non-standard.
Angel's Shadow doesn't look a bit like him, but a full brother.
Starters for the 10th race are at the gate, and the gate is moving. Race 10 starters behind the gate and approaching the top of the stretch. Jig Time Knievel with Wayne Mahar, Noble Chance and Gordy Hennessy. Twin B John Boy, Tim Merzetti. Initial Intention with Steve Mahar. Connor, Gilberto, Aaron M. Down, Steve Mason. Jesse Lobel. Starters for the 10th race are at the gate, and the gate is moving. Race 10 starters behind the gate and approaching the top of the stretch. Jig Time Knievel with Wayne Mahar, Noble Chance and Gordy Hennessy. The line, Twin B John Boy, Tim Merzetti. Initial Intention with Steve Mahar. The top, they drive into the turn. Gilberto, Aaron M. Down, Steve Mason. Jesse Lobel with them as they drive into the turn. Noble Chance has third. Twin B John Boy gets the fourth. Jesse Lobel now racing fifth. Here they come. They race by the 8th pole with Aaron M. Down bidding for the top. There, leading the line, Jig Time Knievel, Noble Chance racing down, racing for the top. They drive into the turn. Aaron by the corner with Aaron M. Down, Jig Time Knievel racing with them as they drive into the turn. Noble Chance has third. Twin B John Boy gets to fourth. Jesse Lobel now racing fifth. Jig Time Knievel back out on top. Aaron M. Down bidding for the second. That's Noble Chance driving stay with third. With Noble Chance racing in third. Jesse Lobel moving and tight quarters up front though as they race by the quarter with Aaron M. Down getting there. And they race to the stretch for the quarter. 28 and 4 along the rail. Second again, Jig Time Knievel wants the front end. Jig Time Knievel back out on top. Aaron M. Down has second. That's Noble Chance out driving on from third. Twin B John Boy fourth. Jesse Lobel moving fifth. Then Initial Intention after the trailer is Connor. And they race to the stretch for the half. 4 out and challenging. And 4 along the rail. It's a battle for the top as they approach the half. Jig Time Knievel with Noble Chance challenging second. That's Jig Knievel and Noble Chance. B John Boy moving with cover on the outside. Third, the half and 59 1. Initial Intention races fifth. Jesse Lobel after the laughter. Jig Time Knievel pacing out on top. 29 Noble Chance racing second. Knievel on rather Aaron M. Down racing third as they head to the 3 quarters. Jig Time Knievel and Noble Chance. Aaron M. Down on the rail. Initial Intention John Boy hangs fourth on the outside. Initial Intention racing fifth. Jesse Lobel after the laughter. Jig Time Knievel moves out now by 3 or more. Aaron M. Down. Noble Chance and on top of comes on a half. They're not going to catch Chance and Aaron M. Down laying third along the rail. Twin B John Boy fourth. Initial Intention Connor tips out 3 wide, but Jig Time Knievel the one to catch through the stretch, and here they come for home. Jig Time Knievel moves out now by 3 or more. Aaron M. Down, Noble Chance, and Twin B John Boy comes on. They're not going to catch Jig Time Knievel, and here they are. Jig Time Knievel wins it tight for place between Noble Chance and Twin B John Boy, then Aaron M. Down, Initial Intention, Connor, after the laughter, 7 years by Angel
Jesse Lobel, the time for the mile, 2 minutes,
owned by the
and
AMG
2
stable
fifths.
of Moncton, trained and driven by Wayne Mahar. Third winning trip of the season for Jig Time Knievel. A season's best this afternoon. And
Rating back now, the winner of the 10th race, our feature of the afternoon. It's number 1, Jig Time Knievel. A chestnut horse, 7 years by Angel's Wave out of Bon Flash. She by Flashabout. Owned by the Seawinds AMG stables of Moncton, trained and driven by Feature Pay. Wayne Mahar. 10th race is a third winning trip of the season for Jig Time Knievel. A season's best this afternoon in 2 minutes. And 2 fifths. Number 1, Jig Time Knievel with Wayne Mahar.
Use return Elmore White. Spook and Jig Time, Gordon Hennessy. Bounding Fast with Jeff Lewis.
2 fifths. Feature Pay in the 10th race is a triactor.
Happy-headed Gilberto behind the gate. Gate is moving. West Pointer with Todd approaching top of the stretch. 8 starters. Mel's Pride, Lonnie Stokes. Bird and Breeze, Tim Mercetti. Use return Elmore White. Spook and Jig Time.
There, off Mel's Pride, the leader. Return goes forward on the outside. Challenging gets the
initial intention with Steve Mahar. Happy Heather Gilberto.
Around the turn, Mel's
West
Pride
Pointer
again.
with Todd
Hughes return outside.
And
Racing on the
here
second.
they come.
West Pointer up on the outside third. Then Burton Breeze now to third. West Pointer drops to fourth. And up there, off and Mel's Pride, the Hughes return goes forward on the outside. Challenging gets in front second on the outside. Third. West Pointer racing around the turn, Mel's Pride again. Hughes return outside, racing on the second. West Pointer up on the outside third. Then Burton Breeze out of third. West Pointer drops to fourth. Mel's Pride, Burton Breeze. Hughes return marching to the Spook and Jig Time. Then Mel's Pride racing second. Burton Breeze is third. West Pointer racing at fourth. Back. Then they come through the stretch. They are racing to the half. And four. Front Hughes return. Out front it is Hughes return. He's up for 2.5 on the inside. Then Mel's Pride, Burton Breeze. By the half. Up on the outside, Spook and Jig Time. Now comes to fourth. West Pointer fifth. Bounding past Happy Heather. And initial intention far back. They come through the stretch. They are racing to the half. Up front Hughes return. Up on the outside, Mel's Pride, Burton Breeze. West Pointer on the inside. Spook and Jig Time outside. By the half. Burton Breeze, Mel's Pride. 1-3, and they go into the turn now for the second time. Spook and Jig Time now for the good lead, and his Hughes return. Time gets to second as they go by the three-quarter pole. Burton Breeze. 132 off on the outside, gets to second. Hughes return with third. West Pointer pulls again second. They go to the three-quarters. Hughes return. Burton Breeze, Mel's Pride. Fourth. Happy Heather now fifth. West Pointer, Mel's Pride, and Jig Time now third is going on. Heading home, Hughes return. Gets to second as they go by the three-quarter pole. Outside, Spook and Jig Time coming on a strong second. Hughes return with Spook and Jig Time pulls again second. Burton Breeze third at the rail. Bounding maybe Spook and Jig Time. Happy Heather now fifth. West Pointer, Mel's Pride, initial intention. Heading home, Hughes return. They're coming to him. Up on the outside, Spook and Jig Time coming on a strong second. It is Hughes return. Spook and Jig Time neck and neck, nose to nose. Up the line, tight. Looks like maybe Spook and Jig Time. Hughes return. Too tight to call. Time for the mile, 2:04. Camper ready now, winner of the 9th race. Number 4, Spook and Jig Time. Black Mare 6 by Angel's Wave from Precious Jig Time. She by Armbro Links. Owned by Blaine Haney of Rexton and Debbie Mahar of St. John. Trained by Wayne Mahar. Gordy Hennessy driving. Camper ready now, winner of the 9th race. Spook and Jig Time is season's best 2:04. Number 4, Spook and Jig Time. Black Mare 6 by Angel's Wave from Precious Jig Time. She by Armbro Links. The 8th with Noble Chance. And now the 9th, Blaine Haney of Rexton and Debbie Mahar of St. John. Trained by Wayne Mahar. Gordy Hennessy driving. Second winning trip this year for Spook and Jig Time is season's best 2:04. And that's 3 winners in a row for Gordy Hennessy now.
The gate is moving.
The 7th with Becker Drummond.
We're now underway with our feature dash on the program. It's race 6 for $1,200. 5 starters behind the gate, approaching the top of the stretch. Miss Speedy Spud with Lonnie Stokes. After the Laughter and Brian Moore. Jig Time Knievel, Steve Mahar. Noble Chance starters for the 6th race. They're at the gate. No Ordinary Joe is moving outside with Alan Jones. We're now underway with the 6th race. Feature dash on the program. It's race 6 for $1,200. 5 starters behind the gate, approaching the top of the stretch. They're off Miss Speedy Spud with the gate. Jig Time Knievel racing for the Brian Moore. From the rail Jig Time Knievel, Speedy Spud, and they drive into Noble Chance with Gordy Hennessy. Driving no Ordinary Joe from the outside with Alan Jones. Speedy Spud starters for the 6th race. After 4. Here they come. Past the 8th is No Ordinary Joe, and they now go single file up the back. They're off and busting off the gate. Jig Time Knievel racing for the top. From the rail goes Miss Speedy Spud, and they drive into that first turn with Noble Chance. Knievel, who is on third, now second on the outside. Miss Speedy Spud racing third after the Laughter 4. The trailer as they pass the 8th is No Ordinary Joe, and they now go single third, up the back Speedy Spud, and then No Ordinary Joe trails fifth. Stirs things up, and he races up on the outside, goes the way on top, going to second and chasing the leader. Jig Time Knievel, who is on top. It's at the opening quarter in 29 and 2, and now after the Laughter and Noble Chance. Then Jig Time Knievel has second. Noble Chance is racing third. Miss Speedy Spud, and then No Ordinary Joe trails fifth. Into the turn for the second time. After the laughter, shows the way on top by two as they race around the turn. Through the stretch, here they come for the halves. It's after No Ordinary Joe in command. Driving off the 5/8 and Noble Chance. Then Miss Speedy Spud and No Ordinary Joe. But after the laughter takes them. Miss Speedy Spud is racing fourth. No Ordinary Joe stays into the turn for the second time. After the laughter, Jig Time, Knievel, and Noble Chance still racing third. Noble Chance, Speedy Spud has fourth. Racing no Ordinary Joe fifth, and they're driving by the 5/8. They drive to the turn. Jig Time, Knievel, there goes Noble Chance is now at the leader's wheel. Third, Miss Speedy Spud is racing fourth. Miss No Ordinary Joe stays with them. He's racing fifth, and they drive around the turn. After the laughter, takes them on the outside. Noble Chance, Jig Time, Knievel racing third. 1:29 and 3 by the 3/4 coming on the outside. But after the laughter is Noble Chance is now at the leader's wheel. After the laughter wins it. Racing third, Miss Spud, and No Ordinary Joe. It's still anyone's race as they drive around the turn. After the laughter takes them home. Jig Time, Knievel, Noble Chance, Miss Speedy Spud. It's after the laughter. Jig Time, Knievel coming on the outside. But after the laughter is holding. Here they are. After the laughter wins it. Jig Time, Knievel, Miss Speedy Spud, Noble Chance, and No Ordinary Joe. The time for the mile, 2 minutes and 2/5. Sedgwick, Maine, and John Davidson of St. John. Note the driver change to Tony Watson. The 5 is Brian and the Boys, owned by John McMillan of Hampton. The driver's Elmore White. 6 is Adrenaline, owned by Scott McKendrick of Summerside, PEI. The driver's Brian Moore. 7, Spook and Jig Time, owned by Blaine Haney of Rexton and Debbie Mahar of St. John. The driver and John Davidson of St. John. And Horse 8 is the driver changed to Tony Watson. The 5 is Brian and the Boys, owned by John McMillan of Hampton. The driver's Elmore White. 6
Tony Watson.
Is
Brian and the Boys,
Elmore
White. Adrenaline with Brian Moore. Spook and Jig Time, Steve Mahar. And from the outside, True Bell down, Steve Mason. 8 starters for the second race. Here they come.
And Horse 8 is True Bell down, owned by Milton Downey of St. John, Steve Mason.
They're off and leaving the line. Inverness Beauty racing for the top. Tony Watson, grabbing Brian and the Boys, Elmore White. To the rail. Adrenaline with Brian Moore. They drive into Jig Time. Steve Mahar, and from the outside, True Bell down. Steve Mason. Head to the 8 starters for the second race. Here they come. Boys is outside racing third. By the 8th pole, get off the door racing fourth. They're off and leaving the line. Inverness Beauty racing for the top. Susie Boozy grabbing a second. As they head to the quarter, tucking to the rail. Third is get off the door. They drive into that first turn. Brian and the Boys drives outside is Inverness Beauty. But they head to the 8th with Inverness Beauty cutting it out. Susie Boozy driving into the turn. They head to the 3/8. Inverness Beauty shows the way. Get off the door racing Susie Boozy sitting pretty. Racing a second. Get off the door now. Third. Brian and the Boys getting as they head to the quarter. True Bell on the outside. They drive by Spook and Jig Time, pole and off the turn, the opening quarter is Inverness Beauty, a length and a half lead quarter in 30 and 2/5. Beauty. Driving into the turn, they head to the 3/8. Inverness Beauty shows the boys. Lays Park third on the outside. Get off the door has fourth as they get off the door now third. Exeter Romar and the boys. The half Park, he hangs fourth on the outside. Adrenaline moving sixth on the outside. 3/8 followed by True Bell down and Spook and Jig Time. They race for the half. Up front, counting it out. It's Inverness Beauty. Susie Boozy sitting pretty, still racing second. Brian and the boys. Lays Park third on the outside. Get off the door has fourth as they pass the half. Exeter Romar is fifth, the half in 1:02. Then it's Adrenaline moving sixth on the outside, followed by True Bell down and Spook looking for racing room. Get off the door for the second time. Rail to challenge Inverness Beauty still. Exeter Romar racing fifth, 1:34 and 3 pole and they head up the back stretch. For the 3/4 Inverness Beauty still a length and a half. Susie Boozy, Brian and the boys laying on the outside, but he puts on a bit of a charge and comes to second. Breaks loose as well as they drive around the turn, looking for racing room. Get off the door. Here they come for home. On the outside, get off the door. Susie Boozy's on the outside of that. Racing on to the top now. Brian and the boys to the inside. It's now Susie Boozy, Brian and the boys. True Bell down. And here they are at the line. Susie Boozy wins it. Then Brian and the boys. True Bell down. Gets through for third. Get off the door. Exeter Romar. Inverness Beauty. On the outside, get off the door. Susie Boozy's on the outside of that. Racing on to the top now. Brian and the boys to the inside. inside. It's now Susie Poozy, Brian and the boys, True Bell down. And here they are at the line. Susie Poozy wins it. Then Brian and the boys, True Bell down, gets through for third. Get off the door, Exeter Romar, Inverness Beauty, Adrenaline, Spookin' Jig Time. Time for the mile, 2:06 and 4.
$100. Stargaze Time, owned by Gerald Alexander of Sussex,
Levy Road, owned by Janet Vincent of St. John.
5 is March Along Down, owned by Klaus Bishop of Fredericton, the driver Steve Mahar.
2 is Fastest 4H, owned by Barry McLeod of Cardigan PEI, the driver
Blaine
Toby
Henny of
McDonald.
Rexton.
3
and Stuart McGregor of St. John, the driver Wayne Mahar.
The 7 is
scratched.
Stokes.
8 is Point and Click.
4 is Stargaze Time, owned by
Sloan
Gerald
of
Alexander of Sussex,
Gordy
the driver
Hennessy
Brian Moore.
in the sulky. 7
5
starters
is
here in
March
race
Down,
number
owned by
8.
Klaus
We go
Bishop
to
of
Pope.
Fredericton, the
The
driver
gate is
Steve
moving.
Mahar.
We're underway with the 8th
The
race.
6 is
7 starters
Jig
behind
Time,
the gate,
Blaine
approaching
Henny
the top
of
of the
Rexton,
stretch. Cecilia
and Stuart
Sealster
McGregor of
scratched.
St. John, the driver
There's Miss
Wayne
Levy
Mahar.
Road with Leroy
The 7
Vincent,
is
fastest
scratch.
4H,
8 is
and
Point
Toby
and Click.
McDonald.
Owned by
AQ
Ashley
Splurge,
Sloan
Lonnie
of
Stokes.
Fredericton.
Stargaze Time with Brian Moore.
In the sulky.
March
7
Along
starters
Down,
here in
Steve
race
Mahar.
number 8. We go
Class
to
and
Pope.
Jig Time with
The
Wayne
gate is
Mahar,
moving.
and from the outside, Point
We're
and
underway
Click,
with the 8th
Gordy
race.
Hennessy.
7 starters behind the gate,
7 starters
approaching
for
the
the
top
8th
of the
race.
stretch. Cecilia
Here
Sealster
they
scratched.
come.
There's Miss Levy Road with Leroy Vincent, fastest 4H, and Toby McDonald. AQ Splurge, Lonnie Stokes.
They're off,
Time
leaving
with
the
Brian
line,
Moore.
fastest 4H
March
and
Along Down,
Stargaze
Steve
Time,
Mahar.
racing for the top.
Class and
So
Jig
is
Time
Point
with
and
Wayne
Click from
Mahar,
the
and from
extreme
the outside, Point
as
and
they hit
Click,
the turn.
Gordy
Fastest
Hennessy.
4H is the first
7 starters
to lead
for
them
the
to the
8th
8th.
race.
On the rail, that's AQ
Here they
Splurge
come.
second. Stargaze Time looks for placement along the inside third as they pass the 8th, and he finds the 3-hole. Up the backstretch for the quarter.
They're
Fastest
off,
4H
leading the
cuts
line,
it out
fastest
though.
4H
AQ
and
Splurge and Stargaze
racing
Time
for the
Point
top.
and
So
Click
is Point and
drives
Click
up on
from
the
the
outside
extreme
from
outside.
fourth.
As they
Then
hit the
it's
turn,
March
fastest
Along Down,
4H is the
Class and
first
Jig Time,
to lead them
and the
to the
trailer
8th.
Miss Levy
On the
Road.
rail,
They
that's
pass the
AQ
opening
Splurge
quarter.
second.
It's 30
Stargaze
seconds
Time
flat.
looks for placement
That's
along
Point
the
and Click
inside
marching
third
up
as
on
they
the
pass the
outside,
8th,
chasing the
and he
leader.
finds the
Fastest
3-hole.
4H.
Up the backstretch
Driving
for
into
the
the
quarter,
turn.
fastest
They head
4H
to the
cuts it
3/8.
out though.
Fastest 4H
AQ
shows the way.
Splurge
Point and
Stargaze
Click
Time,
outside
Point and
challenging
Click
second
drives
as
up
they
on the
race
outside
by the
from
3/8
fourth.
pole.
Then
AQ
it's
Splurge
March
has
Along
third and
Down,
off the
Class
top
and Jig
turn.
Time,
Here
and
they
the trailer
come
Miss
through the
Levy
stretch
Road.
for the
They
half.
pass the
It's
opening
fastest
quarter.
4H,
It's
a
30
length and a
seconds
half.
flat.
Point
That's
and Click has gotten to the
marching
rail
up on
in
the
second.
outside,
AQ
chasing the
Splurge
leader,
has
fastest
third.
4H.
Here comes March
Driving
Along
into the
Down.
turn.
Up on
They
the
head to the
outside to
3/8.
fourth.
Fastest
They're by
4H
the half.
shows the way. Point
Stargaze
and Click
Time is fifth.
outside
Then
challenging
it's
second as
racing
they race
sixth.
by
Class
the
and Jig
3/8
Time.
pole.
The trailer
AQ Splurge
Miss
has
Levy
third
Road.
and off the
The
top
half at
turn.
102 and
Here
2.
they come through
Into
the
the
stretch
turn
for
for the
the half.
second time.
It's
They drive
fastest
to the
4H, a
5/8.
length and a half.
Fastest
Point and
4H
Click
with
got
Point
into the
and
rail
Click
in second.
on the outside,
AQ
challenging
Splurge
again
has
as they
third.
pass the
Here
5/8
comes
and they're
March
up the
Along
backstretch to the
Down. Up on the
3/4.
outside to
On
fourth.
the
They're
outside,
by the
Point and
half.
Click.
Stargaze
On the inside,
Time
it's
is fifth.
fastest
Then
4H.
it's
They go
racing
racing neck
sixth,
and neck
Class
and
and Jig
stride for
Time, the
stride
trailer,
for the top.
Miss Levy
March
Road,
Along
the
Down
half
with the
and
leaders
102
third.
and 2.
AQ
Into the
Splurge
turn
fourth.
for the second
By the
time, they
3/4
drive to the
Point and
5/8.
Click gets to the top.
Fastest 4H
The
with
3/4
Point and Click. On the
1:33
outside,
into the
again as they
turn.
pass
Point
the
and Click
5/8
now
and they're up the
on
backstretch
top
to
of
the
length and a half.
3/4.
Fastest
On the
4H
outside,
has
Point
second.
and Click.
March Along
On the
Down
inside,
is with the
fastest
leaders
4H.
third.
They go
Back about
racing
5
neck and
lengths
neck
to
and stride
AQ
for
Splurge
stride
and
for the
fourth,
top.
and they round
March
the
Along
turn
Down
for
is with
home.
the leaders third.
Point
AQ
and
Splurge
Click
fourth.
as
By
the
the
lead. March
3/4
Along
Point
Down and
and Click
fastest
gets to the
4H.
top.
But they're
The
halfway
3/4
home, and this one goes to Point and Click.
Into
He
the
steps
turn,
out.
Point and
Then
Click now.
fastest
On
4H
top
and
of
March
length and a
Along
half.
Down.
Fastest
Here they are
4H has
at the
second.
line.
March
Point
Along
and Click
Down
wins it.
is with
Fastest
the leaders
4H and
third.
March Along
Back
Down.
about 5 lengths to AQ Splurge,
then
in
Miss
fourth,
Levy
and they
Road.
round the turn for
Stargaze
home.
Time.
Point and Click
And Class and
has
Jig
the
Time.
lead. March Along
Time
Down
for the
and
mile,
fastest 4H.
2:04
But they're
and 2.
halfway home, and this one goes to
Six
Point and
starters in
Click.
the 10th
He
race.
steps out.
Horses 1
Then
and
fastest
7.
4H
Sales
and March
Convention
Along
and
Down.
Mr. Root
Here they
have
are
been scratched.
at the line.
Starters parading now, number 2, Jig Time Knievel, owned by the Sea Winds AMG Stables of Moncton. The driver, Wayne Mahar.
Stargaze Time.
Next is 3, RB Gladimir, owned by Rosaire Berriot of the F. The driver today, Brian Moore. Number 4, What a High Hope,
starters in the
owned by
10th
Clarence
race,
LeBlanc of the F. Gilles Berriot in the sulky. Next is number 6, Comanche Fern, owned by Jim Fernley of Lower Haynesville. Driver is Tim Rossetti. 8 is Sweet Miss Marlowe.
Next is 3,
owned by Galen Dempsey of Rolling Down. The driver, Steve Mahar.
The driver today,
and at the end of the field,
number
coming
4,
out of the
What a
paddock
High
area
Hope,
now,
owned by
is
Clarence
number
LeBlanc
5, Armbro Foxy,
Gilles Berriot
owned by Linda Beckwith of
Next is number
Salisbury.
6, Comanche
The driver is
owned
Doug
by
Beckwith.
Jim Fernley of Lower Haynesville. Driver is Tim
Foxy,
Rossetti.
Doug Beckwith.
8 is
Comanche
Sweet
Fern
Miss
with Tim
Marlowe,
Rossetti and Sweet Miss
owned
Marlowe,
by Galen
Steve
Dempsey
Mahar.
of Rolling Down. The
6
driver
starters
is Steve
for the 10th.
Mahar.
Here
And
they
at the
come.
end of the field, coming out of the paddock area now,
is number 5, Armbro Foxy, owned by Linda Beckwith of Salisbury. The driver is Doug Beckwith.
Has third as they drive into the turn. RB Vladimir assumes command. Comanche Fern with Timmerzetti and Sweet Miss Marlowe second. And racing third as they pass the 8th is Jig Time Evil. They head up the backstretch for the quarter. Armbro Foxy has
They're
4.
off and pacing,
driving off the gate. RB Vladimir and What a High Hope racing for the top. RB Vladimir has third as they drive into the turn. RB Vladimir assumes command. Has second. What a High Hope gets the guard spot second and racing third as they pass the 8th is Jig Time Evil. They head up the backstretch for the quarter. Armbro Foxy has 4 now. Then it's Comanche Fern in second with Marlowe trails the pack and they head to the quarter. RB Vladimir shows the way. Comanche has a 2-length lead by the Marlowe trails and they race around the turn. Through the stretch in front of the grandstand. The quarter in 29-4. They approach drive into the turn and head to the 3/8 with RB Vladimir out. Setting the fraction. He has a length and a half lead now. What a High Hope is second with Jig Time Knievel racing in third. Armbro Foxy fourth. Then Comanche Fern and Sweet Miss Marlowe trails and they race around the turn through the stretch in front of the grandstand. For the first time, they approach the half. RB Vladimir well in hand. He cuts it out. What a High Hope has second with Jig Time third. On the rails still third. Comanche Fern up on the outside. Racing on the fourth. The half has come out to challenge as they drive to the 3/4. Then it's RB Vladimir on the trailer as they head to the 5/8. He's well in hand by the 3/4 pole now. RB Vladimir 1:33.2. He takes the field by the 5/8. Racing third. What a High Hope driving second. Jig Time Knievel on the rails still third. Comanche Fern up on the outside. And What a High Hope has come out to challenge as they drive to the 3/4. RB Vladimir appears ready for that task. He's well in hand by the 3/4. RB Vladimir 1:33.2. What a High Hope and racing third. Tight along the rail is Jig Time Knievel. Outside fourth, Comanche Fern. Then Armbro Foxy and Sweet Miss Marlowe. And they drive around the turn. What a High Hope challenging Vladimir and Comanche Fern. What a High Hope. Jig Time Knievel, Armbro Foxy. What a High Hope. On the outside, Comanche Fern is coming on. RB Vladimir, they're coming to him. And that's Sweet Miss Marlowe from nowhere on the outside. And here they are. At the line, Sweet Miss Marlowe collaring them all in the stretch. RB Vladimir and Comanche Fern, What a High Hope. Jig Time Knievel, Armbro Foxy. Time for the mile, 2:04 and 4.
Parade for you now. The starters in race number 6. Race 6 is a $1,250 claiming pace with allowances going for a purse of $600. Miss Katie O'Leary leading the starters with her horse Trick. The one horse Get Off the Door, owned by Ted Paw of St. John. The driver is Tim Merzetti. And we parade for you now. The starters in race number 6. Race 6. The driver is Brian. Is a $1,250 claiming pace with allowances going for a purse of $600. Miss Katie O'Leary leading the starters with her horse Spook and Jig Time. The one horse Get Off the Door, owned by Ted Paw of St. John. The driver is Tim Merzetti. 5 is Brian and the Boys, owned by John McMillan. The 2 horse Ice Sapak, owned by Donald Kerr of St. John. The driver is Brian Gambler. He's owned by Terry Gran of St. John. The driver is Rick Armstrong. Owned by Wyvo Reeves of Prince William. 7 is Nellie Banks. The driver is Todd driven by Tony Haig of St. John. And the 8 is Hanny of Rexton and Debbie Mahar of St. John. The driver is Steve Mahar. 5 is Brian and the Boys, owned by John McMillan of Hampton. For the 6th race, driver is Elmore White. 6 is Omaha Gambler. 7 opposed. He's owned by Terry Gran of St. John. The driver is Rick Armstrong. 7 is Nellie Banks. She's owned and driven by Tony Haig of St. John. And the 8 is Ridgefield. Ridgefield's owned by Oscar LeBlanc of Bucktooth. Lonnie Stokes.
Brian and the boys
here for the 6th race.
Omaha Gambler, Rick Armstrong.
In about 7 minutes.
Nellie Banks with Tony Haig, and from the outside, Ridgefield in the gate and approaching the top of the stretch from the rail. Get Off the Door with Tim Merzetti. Here they come. Ice the Puck with Brian Moore, Pokiok Girl, and Todd Trites. Spook and Jig Time, Steve Mahar. Brian and the boys. They're off leaving the line. Omaha Gambler, Rick Armstrong. So is Omaha Nellie Banks with Tony Haig, and from the outside, as they drive into that Lonnie Stokes. Outside, 8 starters on 4. Third goes race 6. Ridgefield, but racing in third. Here they come. Jig Time as they round the turn. Hokey Yacht Girl takes the field by the 8th. Omaha Gambler gets to the rail second. Spook and Jig Time.
There, off
third.
leaving the line.
Hokey Yacht Girl racing for the top.
So is
Ryan
Omaha
and the
Gambler
boys
from the
has
outside
fifth.
post
Then it's
6
get off the door,
as they drive
followed
into
by
that
Nellie
turn.
Banks, and from
Out
the
the
back
back
of the pack
on
comes
to
Ice the
third
Puck, and they
goes
race by the
Ridgefield,
opening
but
quarter.
racing in third
Hokey
now is
Yacht
Spook
Girl
and Jig
takes the
Time
field
as they
by
round
that
the turn.
marker.
Hokey
In
Yacht Girl
31
takes the field
seconds
by
flat.
the 8th.
They
Omaha
drive into
Gambler
the turn
gets
with
to the
movement
rail
on the
second.
outside as they
Spook and
approach
Jig
the
Time
3/8.
has
Hokey Yacht
third.
Girl cuts
Ridgefield
it
on
out.
the rail racing
Omaha
fourth
Gambler,
now.
that's get
Ryan
off
and
the
the
door
boys
now,
has
moving up to
fifth.
third.
Then it's get off
He's
the
off the
door,
move,
followed
Spook
by
and Jig
Nellie
Time
Banks, and
racing
from
in
the back
fourth
of the
as they
pack
pass
comes
the
Ice
3/8.
the Puck, and
The
they
field
race by
comes
the
round the
opening
turn
quarter.
through the
Hokey
stretch.
Yacht Girl
Here they
takes
come
the field
for the
by that
half.
marker.
It's Hokey Yacht
In
Girl
31
on top of
seconds
length and a
flat.
half.
They drive into the
Omaha
turn with
Gambler
movement on the outside
third
as they
get
approach
off
the
the
door.
3/8.
Spook
Hokey
and
Yacht
Jig
Girl
Time
cuts it
on
out.
the rail has
Omaha
fourth.
Gambler,
It
that's
goes
get off the
Ridgefield
door now,
from
moving
fifth
up to
to half
third.
at 102
He's
and
on
1.
the move
Then
with Spook
Nellie
and Jig
Banks
Time
Ryan
racing
and the
in
boys
fourth
in the
as they
trailer.
pass the
Ice
3/8.
the Puck.
The field
In the
comes
turn
round
for
the
the
turn
second
through the
time.
stretch.
Here
Hokey
they
Yacht
come
Girl
for the half.
maintains a length
It's
and a quarter
Hokey Yacht
lead.
Girl on top of
Omaha
length and a
Gambler
half.
sitting
Omaha
pretty second,
Gambler
and they're
by
by
the
the
5/8
third
to
get
from
off the
second.
door.
Spook and
Comes
Jig
Omaha
Time.
Gambler
On the rail
as they
has
head to the
fourth.
three-quarters.
There goes
Hokey Yacht
Ridgefield
Girl and
from
Omaha
fifth. The half
Gambler
at 102 and
outside
1.
second.
Then
Spook
Nellie
and Jig
Banks,
Time
Brian
moves
and the
from the
boys
rail
in the trailer.
racing third.
Ice
Brian
the
and the
Puck.
boys
In the
up
turn
the
for the
inside
second
to
time.
fourth. Then it's
Hokey Yacht
Ridgefield.
Girl
Ice the Puck.
maintains a length
Get
and a
off the
quarter
door
lead.
is fading down
Omaha
seven.
Gambler
And the
sitting
trailer Nellie
pretty
Banks
second,
won
and they're by the 5/8
33
to
fourth
by
from
the
the
second.
three-quarters.
Comes
They
Omaha
hit
Gambler
the
as they
7/8
head to the
Hokey Yacht
three-quarters.
Girl.
Hokey Yacht
Maintains
Girl
a
and
three-quarter
Omaha
length
Gambler.
lead.
Omaha
Outside
Gambler
second,
get
Spook
off
and
the
Jig
door.
Time
Looks good
moves
from
He'll
the
look
rail
for
racing
some
third.
racing
Brian
room
and
in
the
the
boys
stretch and
up
off
the
the turn.
inside to fourth.
Hokey Yacht
Then it's
Girl
Ridgefield.
takes them
Ice the
home.
Puck.
It's
Get
Hokey
off the
Yacht
door
Girl.
is fading
Brian and
down
the boys
seven.
looks for
And the
room.
trailer
On
Nellie
the
Banks
outside,
won
Omaha
33
Gambler.
and
Ice
4
the
by
Puck
the
moves up the
three-quarters.
rail.
They
But
hit
Hokey
the
Yacht
7/8
Girl is there.
Hokey Yacht
Here they
Girl
are.
maintains
Hokey
a
Yacht
three-quarter
Girl
length
wins it.
lead. Omaha Gambler
Then
get off the door.
Brian
Looks
and the
good.
boys.
He'll look for
Ice the
some
Puck
racing
third.
room in
Omaha
the stretch
Gambler,
and off
Spook
the
and Jig
turn.
Time.
Hokey
Ridgefield.
Yacht Girl
Nellie
takes them
Banks
home.
get off
It's
the door.
Hokey Yacht Girl.
Time
Brian and the
mile,
boys looks for
2:04
room.
and 4.
On the
It's in the
outside,
11th
Omaha
race.
Gambler.
Dispatches
Ice
for
the Puck
Pacers.
moves up the rail, but
It's for
Hokey
winners
Yacht
of
Girl
over
is there. And here they are.
$1,051 in
Hokey
their
Yacht
last
Girl
6
wins
starts.
it.
H-starters
Then
here for per sub.
Brian and the boys.
$1,200.
Ice the Puck third.
Number
Omaha
one is
Gambler,
Slam
Spook
Bam
and Jig
Sam
Time.
by Romeo
Ridgefield.
Boucher of Moncton.
Nellie
Edmund
Banks
Gagnon
get off
of
the door.
Rother Show.
Time for the
Gordy
mile,
Hennessy
2:04 and
drives. 2 is
4.
Jacobs in the
2-2.
11th race. This dash
Owned
is
by
for
Alton
Pacers.
Bustard and Charles Calhoun of
It's
Woodstock.
for winners of
Driver
over
Mark Grant.
Number 3 is
$1,051
Sweet
in their
Miss
last
Marlowe.
6 starts.
Owned by Galen Dempsey.
H-starters
Rolling
here
Dam,
for per
Tim
sub.
Rossetti in the sulky.
$1,200.
4 is Armbro Foxy.
Number 1 is
Owned by
Slam
Linda
Bam
Beckwith of
Sam.
Owned by
Salisbury.
Romeo
The driver
Boucher
is
of Moncton
Steve
and
Mahar.
Edmund Gagnon of
Number
Rother
5,
Show.
Jig Time
Gordy
Knievel,
Hennessy
owned by
drives.
the Seawinds
The 2 is
AMG
Jacob
Stables
2-2.
of Moncton.
Owned
Wayne
by Alton
Mahar
Bustard
driving.
and Charles Calhoun of Woodstock.
Horse
Driver
number 6
Grant.
is Mr. Rude.
Number 3
owned
is
by
Sweet Miss
Sandra
Marlowe.
Foley of Fredericton.
Owned by Galen Dempsey of
Steve
Rolling
Mason
Dam.
drives.
Tim
The
Rossetti in
7
the
is
sulky.
After the Laughter.
4 is Armbro Foxy.
Owned
by Linda
Mel
Beckwith
Blanchard
of
of
St.
Salisbury.
John.
The driver is Steve Mahar.
Driver is Brian Moore.
Number
And
5,
eight,
Jig
What a
Time
High
Knievel,
Hope.
owned by the Seawinds
Owned by
AMG
Clarence
Stables
LeBlanc.
of Moncton.
Yep,
The driver
Wayne
is
Mahar
Lonnie
driving.
Stokes.
H-starters for
Horse
race
number
11.
6 is Mr.
$1,200
Rude,
is the first.
owned by Sandra
Post
Foley
time
of
in
Fredericton.
7 minutes.
Steve
For the
Mason
11th
drives.
race,
The
they're
7
at
is
the gate.
After the Laughter. The gate is moving.
Owned by Mel Blanchard of
We're
St. John.
underway with race
11 with 8 starters. Brian Moore and number 8. Bam Sam with 40 Hennessy. Jacob Clarence LeBlanc. Mark Grant. Yep, the driver is Lonnie Stokes. Marlowe and Tim starters for race 11. Foxy with Steve Mahar. Jig time Knievel 7 minutes for the 11th race. They're at Mason. After the laughter, Brian Moore, and from the outside, what a high. We're underway with race 11 with 8 starters. Behind race 11. Slam Bam Sam with 40 Hennessy. Jacob Tutu, Mark Grant. Sweet Miss Marlowe off from the rail. Slam Bam Sam Foxy with Steve Mahar. Lead Armbro Foxy. Jig time Knievel racing on Wayne for second. Mahar. Jacob Tutu on the rail racing with Steve Mason. After the laughter, Brian Moore, and from the outside, what a high hope. Lonnie Stokes. 8 starters, race 11. Is Armbro Foxy as they pass the 8th. Jacob Tutu has 3rd as they head to the corner. They're off from the rail. Slam Bam Sam paces to the early lead. Armbro Foxy racing on for second. Jacob Tutu on the rail racing 3rd. The trailer is after. They hit the turn with Slam Bam Sam getting to the front. And 28 and 4. Cushioning in behind him the second. They head to the 3rd. Armbro Foxy as they pass the 8th. Jacob Tutu has 3rd as they head to the quarter. Sweet Miss Marlowe racing in 4th. Jacob Tutu pacing in the outside. Miss Marlowe 4th. What a high hope. The outside approaching Knievel. Mr. Rude as they pass the 3/8 and drive in front of the grandstand for the Slam Bam Sam. Your leader approaching the half. Slam Bam Sam. They head to the 3/8. Slam Bam Sam cuts it out on top of length and a half. Racing second, Armbro, Foxy, Jacob 2-2, pacing in third, Sweet Miss Marlowe along the rail, Mr. Up on the outside, approaching fifth is Mr. Rude as they pass the 3/8 and drive in front of the grandstand for the first time. Your leader approaching the half, and they head up the backstretch for the 3/4. Armbro, Foxy second, here comes Miss Marlowe. Outside now to third, the half at 59 and 3. Jacob 2-2 fourth along the rail, Mr. Rude. He has up to fifth. Then it's What a High Hope. After the laughter and Jig Time, Knievel, and they drive into the turn. By the 5/8 now, and they head up the backstretch for the 3/4. Slam Bam Sam. Here comes Armbro Foxy. Out to challenge from second, but Slam Bam Sam puts on the afterburners as they head to the 3/4. He has a length and a half on Armbro Foxy. The 3/4. The rest will battle for third and one. Slam Bam Sam, Armbro Foxy. Jacob 2-2, Sweet Miss Marlowe. Mr. Rude, followed by What a High Hope after the laughter. And Jig Time, Knievel. Slam Bam Sam takes 2 lengths around the turn, and they drive for home. It's Slam Bam Sam, Armbro Foxy. The rest will battle for third. Slam Bam Sam, Armbro Foxy. Jacob 2-2 is there. And here they are. Slam Bam Sam wins it. Armbro Foxy, Jacob 2-2. Mr. Rude, Sweet Miss Marlowe. What a High Hope. After the laughter, Jig Time, Knievel. And the time for the mile, 1:58 and 4. Judges have called for a photo for show in this 11th race between horses 2 and 6, Jacob 2-2 and Mr. Rude. A show photo. Judges have called for a photo for show in this 11th race between horses 2 and 6, Jacob 2-2 and Mr. Rude. A show photo.
Stuggy, Gilberto. Hard Drive Hacker, Steve Mahar. Class and Jig Time, Gordy Hennessy. Nap Attack with Frankie Fagan. Re-Encounter, Wayne Hubbard. Run Faster, Brian Moore. Hillview Joe with Bill Robertson. Here they come. Stuggy, Gilberto. Hard Drive Hacker, Steve Mahar. Class and Jig Time, Gordy Hennessy. Class and Jig Time. Nap Attack with Frankie American Fagan. Images on the Re-Encounter, Wayne Hubbard. Hard Drive Faster, Brian Moore. Third, Re-Encounter between Hillview Joe with Bill Robertson. Faster is wide, racing on fourth and going on. Here they come. American Image, a bit of a skip, but back pacing. But Hard Drive Hacker moves up along the inside to second. There are Class and Jig Time. Takes him out of there. American Images on the inside, racing second. Hard Drive Hacker up on the outside, third. Re-Encounter between horses. Settles in at the rail. Faster is wide, racing on fourth and going on. Top turn. At American Image, a bit of a skip, but back pacing. But Hard Drive Hacker moves up along the inside to second. Now Run Faster. American Images racing drives on to second. Then goes Re-Encounter, PH Jig Time. Hillview Joe runs faster, racing in second, drives settles into the rail, and they're by the quarter. Nap Attack 30 and 2 fifth, top turn to the house, they come, Jig shows away. Run Faster, racing second. Here comes American Image, third, American Image racing fourth. They were by the half, Re-Encounter, PH Dougie. The turn now, Hillview Joe, they swing off the top turn now and drive on through the stretch. Run Faster, American Image trailing far back. To the half, they come at fourth at the rail. Then it's Re-Encounter, here racing second. Here comes American Image, working up third on the outside. It is still Class. They were by the half, 101 and 4. Head of the turn now, they drive to the 5/8 Hard Drive Hacker fourth. Run Faster, American Image out moving third. Hard Drive Hacker is fourth at the rail. Then it's Re-Encounter, Hillview Joe, PH Dougie, Nap Attack. On to the three-quarters. Third, American Image. Jig time, and faster, racing second. American Image is third. Hard Drive Hacker fourth. They're bottom three-quarter racing is second. 132, top turn, third. And they come to the line. Ron's going to be still up the rail. Racing is second. Then racing third, American Image. Class Jig Time and Run Faster as they hit the head of the line. They had P.H. Dougie, American Image, and Nap Attack. Run Faster Racing is second. Hard Drive Hacker is third. And they come to the line. It is going to be Class and Jig Time to win it. And Peretti Run Faster gets second. Hard Drive Hacker holding for third. Then re-encounter 4. Class and Jig Time. Mare 4, but P.H. Dougie, American Image, and Nap Attack. In the time for the mile. 2:04 of Rexton and Stuart McGregor of St. John. Trained by Wayne Mahar with Gordy Hennessy now. Winner of the 7th race. Number 3 this year for Class and Jig Time. She equals her win race record of 2:04. Number 4, Class and Jig Time, a Bay Mare 4, but Nightly Blue Chip from Bond Flash. She by Flash About. Now up to second.
Rambo Derby and Danny O'Brien. Provisions to win with Joe Barrio. Jig Time Knievel, Gordy Hennessy driving. The Sit and Wave with Sean Shannon.
Number 3 this year
Sammy
for Class
Motoring,
and
Ron
Jig Time.
McClanahan. Northwind Sandy with Lonnie Stokes. And from the outside, Edgewater Sambro, Brian Moore. 7 starters for race 10. Here they come. Rambo Derby and Danny O'Brien. Provisions to win with Jill Barrio. Jig Time Knievel, Gordy Hennessy. The Sit and Wave with Sean Shannon. The top. Sammy Motoring, Ron McClanahan. Northwind Sandy with Lonnie Stokes. And from the outside, Edgewater Sambro to win on the rail racing fourth. 7 starters for race 10. Sammy Motoring, and they drive into that turn with Jig Time Knievel taking the front by the 8th. On the outside, that's Sit and Wave racing up second. There, on the rail third is Rambo Derby. They pacing for the top. From the rail, Rambo Derby. Sit and Wave on the outside. Racing to third as they hit the turn. Provisions to win on the rail racing fourth. Trails the field. Outside fifth is Sammy Motoring, and they drive into that turn with Jig Time Knievel taking the front by the 8th. Gordy Hennessy on the outside, that's Sit and Wave racing up second. On the rail third is Rambo Derby. They head to the quarter with Provisions to win. Racing has fourth. Sammy Motoring has fifth. And the field comes driving around the turn. Northwind Sandy, Edgewater Sambro trails the field. Cutting it out, Jig Time Knievel, Rambo Derby driving to the turn. Jig Time Knievel, Gordy Hennessy cutting it out. They lead a length over Rambo Derby. Sammy Motoring, racing fifth on the outside. He has Wave. Provisions to win has Sandy. And they're by that trailer still. And the field comes driving around the turn through the stretch. They race in front of the grandstand. They head to the 5-8 Time Knievel. Rambo Derby sitting pretty. Outside Park third is Sit and Wave. Your leader heading Provisions to win has fourth. Sammy Motoring racing fifth on the outside. He has cover. Then it's Northwind Sandy, and the trailer still is Edgewater Sambro, the half in 1 minute and 4/5. Into the turn, they head to the 5/8 with Jig Time Knievel pacing out on top comfortably now by a length and a half. There's your leader heading to the 3/4. It's Jig Time Knievel now 2 lengths. On the outside, Sit and Wave comes to second. He's been parked. Rambo Derby on the rail racing third. Up third. Here they come. Then Provisions to win. Northwind Sandy and Edgewater Sambro. 3/4 1:31 and 2. Jig Time Knievel takes them to the 3. To the 7/8. His lead, though, is down to just a length. Then Sit and Wave and Sammy Motoring. Provisions to win. Northwind Sandy. Edgewater Sambro third. Here they come for home. It's Jig Time Knievel, Sit and Wave, and Sammy Motoring. Jig Time Knievel is holding. Sit and Wave, Sammy Motoring. And we parade back now the winner of this 10th race. Jig Time Knievel wins 3. Jig Time Knievel. Then Sit and Wave and Sammy Motoring. Provisions to win. Northwind Sandy. Edgewater Sambro and Rambo Derby. Owned by the Seawinds AMG stables of Moncton. Trained by Wayne Mahar. Gordy Hennessy drives this afternoon. It's the 4th win of the season for Jig Time Knievel. And we parade back now the winner of this 10th race. It's number 3, Jig Time Knievel. Jig Time Knievel is a chestnut horse, 7 years, by Angel's Wave out of Bond Flash. She by Flash About. Owned by the Seawinds AMG stables of Moncton. Trained by Wayne Mahar. Gordy Hennessy drives this afternoon. It's the 4th win of the season for Jig Time Knievel this afternoon in 2:02 and 1. Number 3, Jig Time Knievel with Gordy Hennessy. The result of race 10 is now official. Our 10th race is official. Rambo Derby was 7th. Provisions to Win 4th. Jig Time Knievel 1820. And the Triactor 356 returns $142. The result of race 10 is now official. Our 10th race is official. Rambo Derby was 7th. Provisions to Win 4th. Jig Time Knievel 1820. And the Triactor 356 returns $142.
Pace. 7 minutes at the betting windows. Horse number 1 is Noble Ideal, the driver by Murray Calder of Rosse, Gilles Berrio in the bike. Two, the three-legged mare, Courageous Josie, the three-legged owned and driven by Ricky Collins of St. John. Number 3 is High Tempered, owned by Anna and Percy Grant. The driver is John Davidson, owned by the Seawinds AMG. 4 is Armbro Foxy, owned by Linda Beckwith. Of Salisbury, the driver is Steve Mahar, owned by Mel Blanchard. 5 is Comanche Fern, owned by Jim Fernley. The driver is here in race 11. 6, the three-legged pacer, Jabulani, owned by Inez Delaney of St. John. Frankie Fagan in the bike. The 7, Jig Time Knievel, owned by the Seawinds AMG stables of Moncton. The driver, Gordy Hennessy, and horse 8, After the Laughter, owned by Mel Blanchard of St. John. Brian Moore in the bike.
Now the starters for the 11th race, they're at the gate. The gate is moving.
Go to post in about
We're underway with our featured 11th dash with 8 starters, Noble Ideal and Gilles Berrio. Courageous Josie and Rick Collins. High Tempered, John Davidson. Armbro Foxy with Steve Mahar. Comanche Fern, Tim Rossetti. Jabulani and Frank Fagan. Jig Time Knievel, Gordy Hennessy. Now the starters for the 11th race, they're at the gate. The gate is with Brian Moore. We're underway with our featured 11th dash with 8 starters, Noble Ideal and Gilles Berrio. Courageous Josie and Rick Collins. High Tempered, John Davidson. Armbro Foxy with Steve Mahar. As expected, an early battle is brewing. High Tempered and Frank Fagan, Jig Time Knievel, Gordy Hennessy. On the rail, Noble Ideal is racing in third, but High Tempered quickly to the top. 8 starters for our featured 11th quickly behind as they pass the 8th pole. Racing by that marker, Noble Ideal has third, Courageous Josie. Racing fourth, and off as expected, an early battle is brewing. High Tempered and on the outside, Armbro Foxy. On the rail, Noble Ideal is racing in third, but High Tempered quickly to the top. Armbro Foxy settling in quickly behind as they pass the 8th into the turn. High Tempered racing, Noble Ideal has third, Courageous Josie. Racing fourth, and after the laughter drives up 5th on the outside. Noble Ideal is racing in third, after the laughter. The trailer is Jig Time Knievel. Fourth, and they race by the opening quarter, and you're leader by that marker. For the half. High Tempered in 29.3. That's the opening quarter. With a into the turn, High Tempered racing on top. Second and second, Armbro Foxy. After the laughter. And driven by Steve Mahar on the outside, the half. Noble Ideal is racing Courageous Josie has fifth. On the outside, parked fourth, and they race by the 3/8 Knievel. They drive through the stretch for the half. Second time. Gotta get out. High Tempered shows the way. He shows the way with a Foxy staying close, and they're by the 5/8, and they race on the rail third. Noble Ideal is pacing in third, racing fourth on the outside. The half in a minute flat. Then it's Courageous Josie has fifth. Comanche Jabulani. Then it's Jabulani and Jig Time Knievel, and they race into the turn for the second time. Moves off the rail. High Tempered shows the way. High Tempered, the Foxy staying close, and they're by the 5/8 into the turn. Davidson and High Tempered. Noble Ideal is pacing in third with the leaders after the laughter. Is challenging in Noble Ideal. Tips out 3 wide with the leaders, and they're off the 7/8 and Jig Time to go. And as they approach the 3 quarters, they come for home, and they're fanning out 3 wide. Noble Ideal on the outside has got them all. He's to the top. On the inside into the turn, Davidson and High Tempered. Noble Ideal, and here they are. Armbro Foxy is challenging in Noble Ideal. Tips out 3 wide with the leaders, and they're off the 7/8. 1/8 to go. Here they come for home, and they're fanning out 3 wide. Noble Ideal on the outside has got them all. He's to the top. On the inside is Armbro Foxy, but Noble Ideal, and here they are. At the line, Noble Ideal. Up for second on the outside comes Courageous Josie, then High Tempered and Armbro Foxy. Then after the laughter, Comanche Fern, trained by Mike Morris with Gilles Berrio Jabulani. It's the 6th win of the season and for Noble Ideal, taking time for the mile this afternoon 2:02.
And at the wire now, the winner of our featured 11th race. It's Courageous number 1, Josie was second. Ideal, a bay horse, 6 years by Noble Hardtack out of Sharp Almaher. She by Comanche Fern, 7th. Owned by Murray Calder. Jabulani was trained by Mike Morris. Jig Time Knievel, 8th. It's the 6th win of the season after for Noble Ideal, taking our feature this afternoon in race times, quarter 29 and 3, the half a minute. 3 quarters and 131 with Noble Courageous Ideal Josie was second. 202. High Tempered third. Armbro Foxy was fourth. Comanche Fern 7th. Number 1 is Jabulani was 5th. Jig Time Knievel 8th. After the Laughter 6th. Race times quarter 29 and 3, the half a minute. 3 quarters and 131 with Noble Ideal winning in 202. This afternoon it's a 1,250 claimer with allowances going for a purse of $600. Davies. Number 1 is Spook and Jig Time, owned by Blaine Haney and Debbie Mahar. The driver is Steve Mahar. 5, Double Jeopardy, owned by West River again, owned by Tony Haig. The driver is Charlie Price. 6, Lindale Lady, owned by Andrew Ward, the driver Sean Shannon, and driven by Wayne Hubbard of St. Fashion, driven by Lonnie Stokes. The 4, American Image, owned by Joanne Davies. Lady the driver is Brian Moore, and driven by John Davidson of Next is a 5, Double Jeopardy, owned by Brian Foster of Hampton. The driver Rick Armstrong. 6, Lindale Lady, owned by Andrew Ward, the driver Sean Shannon. 7, Fame's Fashion, driven by Lonnie Stokes for the owner Gordon White. Horse 8, Lady Sunset, owned and driven by John Davidson of St. John. 8 starters here in race number 12. Starters for the 12th race are at the gate. Gate is moving and we're underway with our 12th and final. Spook and Jig Time, Steve Mahar. West River again with Charlie Price. Forest Hill Rumpus and Wayne Hubbard. American Image with Brian Moore. Double Jeopardy and Rick Armstrong. Lindale Lady, Sean Shannon. Fame's Fashion with Lonnie Stokes and Lady Sunset, John Davidson. Starters for the 12th race are at the gate. Gate is moving and we're underway with our 12th and final. Here they come. Spook and Jig Time, Steve Mahar. West River again with Charlie Price. Forest Hill Rumpus and Wayne Hubbard. They're off American West River again, Brian pacing Moore. Quickly to the Double Jeopardy and Rick Armstrong. In the middle of the racetrack and on the outside, that's Fame's Fashion with Lonnie Stokes and Lady Sunset, John Davidson. West River again. 8 starters for our 12th and final. On the outside, Fame's Fashion. Here they come. On the outside to challenge for and take the top as they head up the backstretch for the quarter. Now Fame's Fashion opens up off West River again, pacing quickly to the early lead. Double Jeopardy in the middle of the racetrack, and on the outside, that's Double Jeopardy on the rail strong. Outside that first turn, West River again. Pacing out on top, Double Jeopardy, American Image, and the trailer. On the outside to challenge for and take the top as they head up the backstretch for the quarter. Now Fame's Fashion opens up a length and a half on West River again in second. On the outside, Lady Sunset racing on third. Double Jeopardy on the rail third. West River again, and they round the turn and approach the half. Then it's battling for Double Jeopardy, American Image, and the trailer. Outside as they race by the opening quarter, Lindale Lady racing on the rail third. In 30 and 2 fifths, and they head to the 4th on the outside. To that half in Fame's Fashion. Lady Sunset is challenging on the outside. On the rail third, West River again, and they round the turn and approach the half. And they're battling for the top. On the rail, Fame's Fashion. Outside is Lady Sunset. West River again, racing on the rail third. Spook and Jig Time has covered. Move 4th on the outside. The half in 1 now. West River again, back to second. Fading quickly third is Lady Sunset. Double Jeopardy works up on the inside third. Lady Sunset now 4th, 3 wide. Lindale Lady comes to 5th, 133 and 2. The 3 quarters and they drive into the turn. The backstretch. They head to the 3 quarters. It's Fame, West River again, and Double Jeopardy West River again back to second. American Image quickly third is Lady Sunset. Double Jeopardy works up on the inside to third. Lady Sunset now 4th, 3 wide. Lindale Lady comes to 5th, 133 and 2. The 3 quarters and they drive into the outside. American Image, but Fame's Fashion going to hold. West River again, and Double Jeopardy racing third. American Image now pacing 4th. Forest Hill Rumpus has moved to 5th, but Fame's Fashion is the mare to catch through the stretch, and here they come for home. Fame's Fashion, West River again, and Double Jeopardy now third. On the outside, American Image, but Fame's Fashion going to hold, and here they are. Fame's Fashion wins it
Of course, is a half-brother to, rather a full brother to the great Angel Shadow, one of the top maritime breds of all time. Jig Time Knievel gets Phil Pinckney here from
time for the mile,
post number 1. We like him. Exhibition Bird Towner is also raced very well. Stepped up a bit. He leads was a winner in 2 minutes and 3/5. Sort of like this his last start. A horse who has Jig Time Knievel potential. Of course, is a half-brother to, rather a full brother to the great Angel Shadow. Hot and cold one of our top maritime breds of all time. Out of it is Jig Time Knievel gets Phil Pinckney here. Rod Jameson today, post number 1. We like him. Bird Towner is also raced very well. Finished third. He leads from the 5-hole for Bernard McCollum. Sort of like this horse. A horse who has the potential to be on this ticket, but is a horse that always is grinding and sort of been possibly be a track and cold performer. Possibly made a break in his last start that knocked him out of it. Is NS Astro, and he gets Rod Jameson today. The driver change there as we await the starters. Last time the rod drove the horse, he did finish third. Just beaten by a
entries are on the track and parading for the 11th race of the afternoon, a conditioned event for non-winners of 801 last 6 or 5 races lifetime. Number 1, Jig Time Knievel, Phil Pinckney driving for the Seawinds AMG Stables Limited.
The horse will have to beat in this race is the number
Blair
1
Laugh
horse,
in the honor of 2 Technophobe, Ernie Laugh drives.
Good luck as we await the starters in race number 11.
Tarwin Lou, entries are on the track and parading for the 11th race of the afternoon, a conditioned event for non-winners of 801 last 6 or 5 races lifetime. Number 1, Jig Time Knievel, Phil Pinckney driving for the Seawinds AMG Stables Limited. Post 6, Selkirk Forsyth is owned Blair Laugh in the honor of 2 Technophobe, Ernie Laugh drives. Evans McKay aboard 7. Tarwin Lou for post 3 gets Jim Davis for Ron Hoare. Number 8, and as Astro has no expense has the team for Eric excused is number 5, Bird Towner from post 6, Selkirk Forsyth is owned and driven by Vernon Cochran. Evans McKay aboard 7, Woodmere Patty for Wayne Hill. Number 8, now and as Astro has Rod Jameson and Misaki for Eric Webby in Morgan Stable. Post time in 6 minutes. Race number 11 of the afternoon has Jig Time Knievel, Technophobe, Tarwin Lou, Spare No Expense, Bird Towner, Selkirk Forsyth, Woodmere Patty, and NS Astro. Now on parade, the 4 Spare No Expense. Gary McDonald will drive for the Captain Morgan Stable. They're off time in 6 minutes. Race number 11 of the afternoon has Jig Time Knievel, Technophobe, Tarwin Lou, Spare No Expense, Bird Towner, Selkirk Forsyth, Woodmere Patty, and NS Astro. Race into the first turn. Jig Time Knievel emerging with the top spot. Parked out Technophobe is second. Settling in the pocket is Tarwin Lou. They're off and pacing. Finds a seat fourth. At the rail, Jig Time Knievel is off to grab the early lead. Technophobe outside is second. Having up on the outside is Woodmere Patty. 3 wide third. They race into the first turn. Expense. Jig Time Knievel emerging on the top spot. Parked out Technophobe is second. Settling in the pocket. And is Tarwin Lou third. The outside. Woodmere Patty finds a seat fourth. Jig Time Knievel is NS Astro. And Tarwin Bird Towner takes a look in 6th, 7th, and driving up on the outside is Selkirk Forsyth, and 8th and treading the field is Spare No Expense. They race into the turn on their way to the 3/8, and Technophobe has the lead. And as Astro advancing on the outside, parked out is now sitting second. Jig Time Knievel third at the rail. And Tarwin Lou has 4 from 5 as they round the top turn. Woodmere Patty racing 29 and 4 was the opening quarter. They move in front of the grandstand and on past the half. And Selkirk Forsyth on down the backstretch to the outside, and 3 second is NS Astro. On the inside, sitting the pocket third is Jig Time Knievel from 4 and looking to the outside. Tarwin Lou, 5th on the rail. On the inside is Woodmere Patty, then back racing in a 6th. As they head to the backstretch is Bird Towner. On the inside is No Expense and Selkirk Forsyth on down the backstretch. 59 and 3 was the half. They moved to 3/4 and Technophobe is still in control. NS Astro outside going a long, tough journey second. On the inside is Jig Time Knievel. And in third on the outside, Tarwin Lou is coming up in 4th, 5th, but on the inside as they head to the top turn. Woodmere Patty has nowhere to go. Then Selkirk Forsyth, Bird Towner buried 7th. 8th and moving to the outside is Spare No Expense, but Technophobe is still in charge. 1:30 and 2, the 3/4. Technophobe a length and a half. Jig Time Knievel now has racing room and will step out of the pocket through the stretch. Technophobe, and here comes Jig Time Knievel on the outside. Jig Time Knievel, Technophobe is staying dead game to win it. Jig Time Knievel second. It's close between Spare No Expense and Bird Towner for third. Back in victory lane, the winner of race 11, number 2, Technophobe, 4-year-old Bay Gillett, son of Kentucky Spur. Owned and trained by Blair Laffin of Shubenacadie. Ernie Laffin driving. Gives Technophobe a new life's mark, 2:01 1/5. Now back in victory lane, the winner of race 11, number 2, Technophobe, 4-year-old Bay Gillett, son of Kentucky Spur. Owned and trained by Blair Laffin of Shubenacadie. Ernie Laffin driving. Technophobe, your race winner. Technophobe, a new life's mark, 2:01 1/5. Third, 5, Bert Tanner fourth. 6, Selkirk Forsyth was 8th. 7, Woodmere Patty 5th, and 8, NS Astro 6th. 29 4 was the quarter, the half in 59 3, 3/4 in 1:30 2. The mile in 2:01 1/5. Technophobe, your race winner. 2-1-3, Tarwin Lou 7, 4, Sperno Expense 3rd, 5, Bert Tanner 2-1-4. It returned 6, Selkirk Forsyth 40 cents. The quarter, 7, Woodmere Patty 5th, and 8, NS Astro 6. 29 4 was the quarter, the half in 59 3, 3/4 in 1:30 2. The mile in 2:01 1/5. In review, 2-1-7, 3-4-8, 5-6. Triactor 2-1-4. It returned $104.40. The quarter off $8.90.
Okay, thank you, Brent. His number 2 choice has gone bananas. Here are your starters.
You know, the entry is in race 6. It's a conditioned event for non-winners of the 11:01 last 6, or 6 races lifetime. 1 is basically dominant. Gary McDonald driving for the Lazy Day stable.
I'm picking Gone Bananas to win it.
The Boss Hog stable, the owners of 2 Gone Bananas, Kevin Pinkney at the helm.
Okay, thank you, Brent. His number 2 choice has gone bananas. Here are your starters.
And Earl Cannon. You know, the entry is in race 6. It's a conditioned event for non-winners of the 11:01 last 6, or 6 races lifetime. 1 is basically dominant. Gary McDonald driving for the Lazy Day stable. For Cyril Rogers. The Boss Hog stable, the owners of 2 Gone Bananas, Kevin Pinkney at the helm with Emmons McKay driving. Claire McDonald aboard 3, Elmer's Bucky for 7, and Bigger, and Earl Cannon. The 4 is Jig Time Knievel with the Seawinds AMG Stables Limited, Phil PGM, owned by Eric Webby. Darren Crowes aboard 5, Belmont Saddam for Cyril Rogers. Wayne Hill owns 6, Woodmere Rascal with Emmons McKay driving. Bernard McCollum is here from post 7, and Charlie Mikes for Mike Laffin for Blair Laffin. Post time in 6 minutes. The number 8 is Crafty Jim, owned by Eric Webby. Robert Laffin up. Only. And from the trailing post 9, Technophobe gets Ernie Laffin for Blair Laffin. Post time in 6 minutes. Race number 6 has basically dominant. Gone Bananas, Almahurst Bucky, Jigtown Knievel, Belmont Saddam, Woodmere Rascal, and Tardy Mikes, Crafty Jim, and Technophobe. Race number 6 has basically dominant. Gone Bananas, Almahurst Bucky, Jigtown Knievel, Belmont Saddam, Woodmere Rascal, and Tardy Mikes, Crafty Jim, and Technophobe. Driving up on the outside, Jigtown Knievel second, basically dominant. The inside gets away third. Technophobe grabs the seat fourth. Getting away to race in a 5, that's Almahurst Bucky. Then back pacing in 6 for Belmont Saddam. 7th in the early going is Woodmere Rascal, and Tardy Mikes has
they are off and
pacing. Gone Bananas off the gate, looking for the early day. Driving up on the outside, Jigtown Knievel second, basically dominant. The inside gets away third. Technophobe grabs the seat fourth. Getting away to racing in a 5, that's Almahurst Bucky. Technophobe is fourth. Pacing in 6 from 5 for Belmont Saddam. 7th in the early going is Woodmere Rascal, and Tardy Mikes has 8. And the ninth one, Crafty Jim, is the pace setter. They move up the opening quarter. Jigtown Knievel basically leads by 2.5. Third. Second is Jigtown Knievel, basically dominant. East the rail is pacing along in 3. In front of the grandstand, Technophobe is 4th. Then Elmer's Bucky from 5. Out there on 29-2 was the opening quarter. The halfway point into the turn and on by the 3H. Gone Bananas is the pace setter. 2.5 lengths on Jigtown Knievel, basically dominant. Down at the rail is third. As they move on past the 5-8. Elmer's Bucky stepping to the outside 5. In front of the grandstand, they move past the half. It's Gone Bananas out there on a 5-length lead as they move past the halfway point. Jigtown Knievel second is giving chase second. Third on the inside for basically dominant. Racing then Technophobe, Almahurst Bucky back up on the outside as they move on past the 5-8. And they head straight to the final time is Whitney Roscoe. 58.23 was the half. Gone Bananas out there. 6, 7 lengths as they move to 3/4. 6 lengths. Jig Time basically is second. Is now racing up on the outside. Is basically dominant. Racing third. Technophobe is fourth. Elmerhurst Bucky up on the outside has 5. Back racing in 6. Second as they head on to the top turn is Belmont Saddam. 127 and 1 was the 3/4. It's Gone Bananas. Clear by 5, 6 lengths. Basically dominant is now racing second. Elmerhurst Bucky on the outside is third. They straighten out for the stretch drive with Gone Bananas leading them home. Basically dominant is racing second. On the outside of third is Elmerhurst Bucky. It will be Gone Bananas to win the 6th race. The battle for place, basically dominant the inside and the outside. Elmerhurst Bucky. It's tight for the place spot. 4-year-old Big Gullet son of Beach Towel out of the Storm Damage Dam Wild Moment with the Boss Hog Stable of Dartmouth, trained and driven by Kevin Pinkney. Gone Bananas, pacing in 1:57 and 2/5. The cooler in race 6, kindly donated by Chuggles Restaurant and Lounge. Back in the winner's enclosure, the winner of race 6, number 2 in your card, Gone Bananas. 4-year-old Big Gullet son of Beach Towel out of the Storm Damage Dam Wild Moment with the Boss Hog Stable of Dartmouth, trained and driven by Kevin Pinkney. Gone Bananas, pacing in 1:57 and 2/5. The cooler in race 6, kindly donated by Chuggles Restaurant and Lounge. 5, Belmont Saddam 4th. 6, Woodmere Roscoe 7. 7 and Tardy Mike's was 9th. 8, Crafty Jim 8. 9, Technophobe finished 5th. 29 and 2 was the quarter. The half, 58 and 3. 3/4 in 1:27 and 1. The mile in 1:57 and 2/5. Top down, 3 was second. 4, Jig Time, 4, 6, 5, Belmont Saddam 4th. Triactors, 6, Woodmere Roscoe 7. 7 and Tardy Mike's was 9th. 8, Crafty Jim 8. 9, Technophobe. Entries are now on the track and parading for the 4th race. Atlantic Sires Stakes 2-year-old pacing Colt B Division. Number 1 is Jig Time Regal. Herb Holland driving for owners Robert Lavatt and Mike Curry. Top down, 3-1-2, 6-4-7. Gary McGuigan, the owner. Von Doyle drives from post 2. Funnel Bay Dancers. Northern Roll is the entries are now on the track and parading for the 4th race. Atlantic Sires Stakes 2-year-old pacing Colt B Division. Number 1 is Jig Time Regal. Herb Holland driving for owners Robert Lavatt and Mike Curry. 5 is Mitchumit. Phil Pinkney will drive for owners Leo Power and McGuigan, the owner. Von Doyle drives from post 2. Funnel Bay Dancer. 6, Woodmere Jock. Note the driver change. Northern Roll is the 3. Danny McDonald will steer for Donald Walsh. Steve Mason aboard 4, Breeze on Down for Milton Downey. Paul McDonald aboard number 7, Gal Hunter. 5 is Mitchumers, Bill Rollison. Phil Pinkney will drive for owners Leo Power and Vince Horn. Jack Brown, the owner of 6, Woodmere Jock, is aboard driver 8, Don Roman Danny. 2, Gary McDonald, Russell Burgoyne, and Sandy Frazier. Post time for the 4th race in 6 minutes. Paul McDonald aboard number 7, Gal Hunter, for owners Bill Rollison and Dean Brownlee. Randy Waples is aboard number 8, Don Roman Danny, the starting gate for owners Russell Burgoyne and Sandy Frazier. Post time for the 4th race in 6 minutes. Race number 4 of the evening, B division of the Atlantic Sires Stakes. 2-year-old Colts are now lining up behind the starting gate. It's post time. Northern Roll, Breeze on Down, Mitchumit, Woodmere Jock, Gal Hunter, and Don Roman Danny. Race number 4 of the evening, B division of the Atlantic Sires Stakes for 2-year-old pacing Colts as Jig Time Racing. Funnel Bay Dancer gets the first call. Breeze on Down, Mitchumit second on the inside. Woodmere Jock, Gal Hunter, and Don Roman Danny. Goes off stride was Jig Time Regal. They move on to the opening 8th, also rough gated on the front, and going off stride is Funnel Bay Dancer. They continue on to the backstretch, and inheriting the lead. They're off and pacing. Funnel Bay Dancer gets the first call. Northern Roll up on the outside is second on the inside. Jig Time Regal. Funnel Bay Dancer gets away third and goes off stride is Jig Time Regal. Roman Danny. They move on to the opening 8th, also rough gated on the front, and going off stride is Funnel Bay Dancer. They continue on to the backstretch, and inheriting the lead is Northern Roll out front, leading it by race second on the outside. Breeze on Down will now take a seat in the pocket. Funnel Bay Dancer back pacing in 3. Mitchumit takes a look in 4. Don Roman Danny is 5th to going. Gal Hunter looks to the outside in 6. They race on to the top turn. 30 1/5 second was the opening quarter. Northern Roll driving up on the leading it by 2 lengths. Now giving chase second to the inside. Breeze on down. Then the next in line from 3. Final Bait Answer. There goes Mitchum to the outside. 4th. Dunrom and Denny will follow on the outside in 5 as they move off the top stretches. Woodmere and approach the halfway point. And a 2/5 seconds. Roll dictating the pace. Mitchum driving up on the outside. Is now giving chase second to the inside. Breeze on down 3rd. Dunrom and Denny is a second over 4th. In the pocket is traveling 3rd. The rails Final Bait Answer. Then Gal Hunter from 6th. Swinging wide. In 7th as they head to the back stretches. Woodmere Jock the half in 102. And a 2/5 seconds. They move on to 3/4. And outstrotted continues to be Northern Roll with the lead by 1 length. Mitchum in pursuit second. Breeze on down. In the pocket is traveling 3rd. Gal Hunter on the outside is 4th. 5th on the inside. Final Bait Answer. Then on the outside 6th. That is Dunrom and Denny. They head out of the top turn. 134 and 3 was the 3/4. Northern Roll looking strong up front. Still there on a 1 length lead. On the inside is Breeze on down. Mitchum is not done yet on the outside. They move off the top turn. Final Bait Answer is now racing 4th. They straighten out for the stretch drive. Northern Roll. Mitchum up on the outside second. Breeze on down is off stride in the passing lane. Mitchum on the outside trying to overtake Northern Roll, but Northern Roll holds on to win it. Mitchum at second. Final Bait Answer's 3rd. Now back in victory lane is the winner of the 4th race, B division of the 2-year-old Pacing Colts. Number 3 in your program, Northern Roll. The brown son of Scorpion out of the Tyrant Dam Doyce. O'Donnell Walsh of Borden, Prince Edward Island. Trained and driven to victory by Danny McDonald. Northern Roll winning in 2:06 and 2/5. A new race record. Back in victory lane is the winner of the 4th race, B division of the 2-year-old Pacing Colts. Number 3 in your program, Northern Roll. Their President Joe Kennedy. The brown son of Scorpion out of the Tyrant Dam Doyce. O'Donnell Walsh of Borden, Prince Edward Island. Trained and driven to victory by Danny McDonald. Northern Roll winning in 2:06 and 2/5. A new race record for the Colt. In victory lane to make the cooler presentation on behalf of the Atlantic Standardbred Breeders Association, their President Joe Kennedy. The race course while on a break in the first turn. Number 2, Final Bait Answer was 3rd. 3, Northern Roll, your race winner. 4, Breeze on down, 4th. 5, Mitchum was 2nd. 6, Woodmere Jock 5th. 7, Gal Hunter 6th. And 8, Dunrom and Danny finished 8th and placed 7th. The quarter, 30 and 1. The half in 102 and 2. 3/4 in 134 while on a break in the first turn. Number 2, Final Bait Answer was 3rd. Top down after 3, Northern Roll, your race winner. 4, Breeze on down, 4th. 5, Mitchum was 2nd. 6, Woodmere Jock 5th, 30 and 7, Gal Hunter 6th, and 8, Dunrom and Danny finished 8th and placed 2:06 and 2. Triactor in the quarter, 30 and 1, the half in 102 and 2, 3/4 in 134 and 3 in the mile, 2:06 and 2/5. Top down after the placings, 8, 3, 1, 4, 2, 5, 6, 7. The quarter, 30 and 1, half in 102 and 2, 3/4, 134 and 3, mile 2:06 and 2. Triactor in the 4th race, 352. It returned 457.50, corner lot 970.
Jig Time Knievel, in between horses, Tasmanian Gord Davis and Newfie. They race 3 wide past. Here they come. On up the back stretch for the opening quarter. Jig Time Knievel on the inside. They are off and for post 2. Jig Time Knievel grabs the early lead in between horses, Tasmanian Twister. And that's Newfie, 3 wide in the first turn. Jig Time Knievel in between horses, Tasmanian Twister and Newfie. They race 3 wide past Jig Time Knievel on up the back stretch for the opening quarter. Jig Time Knievel on the inside. Tasmanian Twister is parked out racing second. Then on the rail mile. Cocan Robin moves off the rail. Third. Challenge from Newfie settles back. Grand Marquis, Rick Gambler is fifth. Trailing the field. They pass that opening quarter in a quick 28 through the stretch. Jig Time Knievel leading. Tasmanian Twister. He's got the outside route. He's racing second, and Cocan Robin is racing third. Back about 2 lengths to Newfie. Then Sammy Sunen moves off the rail to challenge from fifth. Then it's Grand Marquis, Rick Gambler, and trailing the field. The 5/8. As they come through the stretch, racing to the half on the outside, second on the outside. Inside G is third, Knievel. They race by the opening half. It is Rick Gambler, Grand Marquis on the inside, Jig Time Knievel, and trailing Cocan Robin to the 3/4. Jig Time Knievel holding his lead. They make their way to the 5/8 and 1:30. It's Jig Time Knievel still leading. Tasmanian Twister second on the outside. Is right there third. Sammy Sunen on the outside from fourth. Gambler then it is Rick Gambler, Grand Marquis second bell, and then it's second bell and trailing Cocan Robin to the 3/4. Jig Time Knievel holding his lead. Second, Jig Time Knievel on the inside, and four, Jig Time Knievel, Tasmanian Twister, it's going to be tight at the wire, is right there third, and up on the outside comes Rick Gambler to fourth, and it's Tasmanian Twister, Newfie second bell, and Cocan Robin off the 7/8 for home. It's Jig Time Knievel, and Sammy Sunen comes to second. Jig Time Knievel on the inside. Sammy Sunen coming to him on the outside. It's going to be tight at the wire, but it's going to be Sammy Sunen, Jig Time Knievel, Rick Gambler, then Tasmanian Twister, then Grand Marquis, second bell, Newfie, and Cocan Robin. Time for the mile. 2:01 and 3. Once again, the inquiry.
Pacing at the rail, that's Newfie off the gate quickly to grab the early lead. Number 6 of the afternoon has Newfie, Southside Larry, Belmont Saddam, followed by Southside Jig Time Knievel, with Mir Rascal, basically dominant. Outside is 6th and 7th, and trailing is basically dominant. They move down the backstretch on their way to the quarter. Seating arrangements are now complete. Pacing at the rail, that's Newfie off the gate quickly to grab the early lead. Belmont Saddam gets away second. J.R.'s Billy on the outside is away third, followed by Southside Larry fourth. Jig Time Knievel gets 5. With Mir Rascal outside is 6th and 7th, and trailing is basically dominant. 7th and trailing. They move down the backstretch on their way to the quarter. Seating arrangements are now complete. Newfie is out front, dictating the pace. Belmont Saddam by 1 length. First over second out the rail. Next in line is third. Southside Larry holds down the fourth spot. Taking the rail in 5. That's Jig Time Knievel. With Mir Rascal is racing out of 6th and basically dominant. Is 7th and trailing. No change. They continue single file out of the 3/8. And Newfie still in charge. Here comes J.R.'s Billy. Now moving first over second out the rail. Belmont Saddam stays in third. As they move off the top turn, 29 and 1 was the opening quarter. They race in front of us. Newfie is still in control by 1 length. J.R.'s Billy stalled to the outside. Southside Larry now tips off cover 3 wide and drives on out of challenge. Newfie in the pocket is Belmont Saddam third. J.R.'s Billy tiring to the outside. 4th, 5th was Jig Time Knievel. Southside Larry has taken over the lead. Belmont Saddam now is still in control by 1 length. J.R.'s Billy stalled to the outside. Southside Larry now tips off cover 3 wide and drives on out of challenge. Newfie in the pocket is Belmont Saddam third. J.R.'s Billy tiring to the outside. 4th, 5th was Jig Time Knievel. Southside Larry has taken over the lead. Belmont Saddam now on the outside is giving chase second. Newfie is tiring at the rail third. Jig Time Knievel is pacing 4th. 1:29 and 4 the 3/4. Southside Larry skips off now by 5 lengths as they straighten out for the payoff. Belmont Saddam is in pursuit second. Jig Time Knievel third. Through the stretch they come. It's all Southside Larry. He will win it easily, finishing second is Belmont Saddam. Jig Time Knievel third. Jig Time Knievel from post 3 has Phil Pinkney aboard for the Seawinds AMG Stables Township Pippin. Is owned and driven by Paul Number 4 is Acton alike. Vernon Cochran driving. Allison Carr, the owner of 2 Grand McKay. Note the driver change to Gary McDonald. Charles McDougall owns. Dave McDougall drives from post 5. Dactylus. Number 6 top quality Jig Time Knievel from post 3 has Phil Pinkney aboard for the Seawinds AMG Stables Limited. Rose Shaw and Jim Lyons are the owners of 7. Number 4 is Acton alike. Vernon Cochran driving for Darren McDonald in 7 minutes. Jig Time Knievel. Charles McDougall owns. Dave McDougall drives from post 5. Dactylus. 6, Top Quality First, gets Claire McDonald for Dan McLean. They're off and pacing at the rails of the owners of 7. Glad to serve. Driving up on the outside. Post time for the first race. Glad to serve. Caught wide third. Settling in 4th. That's Top Quality First. Away to 5 is Grand First. And Glad to serve. Back to Acton Alike in 6. In the trailer, that's Dactylus. They move down the backstretch on their way to the opening quarter, and Jig Time Knievel. They're off and pacing at the rail. Township Pippin. Jig Time Knievel driving up on the outside, looking for the lead from the far outside. Glad to serve. Caught racing third, settling in 4th. That's Top Quality First. Away in 5 is Grand McKay. Back to Grand McKay, who races in 6 in the trailer. Acton Alike, Dactylus. They move down the backstretch on their way to the opening quarter, and Jig Time Knievel moves on to grab the top spot along the inside as Township Pippin to take the pocket ride for the first time. The outside, Glad to serve is racing third. That's Jig Time First. Along the inside is 4th, and a gap of 5 is racing second to Grand McKay, who races in 5. Third is Township Next in line 6. Still the 7th one is Dactylus. To the outside, Grand McKay is sweeping up 3 wide as they race their way off the top turn as they enter the stretch for the first time. Glad to serve showing away there 3 wide. Time Knievel racing the parking ticket. Is Grand McKay racing second. Still trapped in Township Pippin is racing fourth. They move down the backstretch. The next in line 4th. Top Quality First to the outside. Grand McKay is sweeping up 3 wide as they race into the lower turn. On the 5/8 led by Jig Time Knievel. Glad to serve second out there 3 wide and racing third is Grand McKay on the inside and still trapped in. Township Pippin is racing fourth. They move down the backstretch. The half 59 seconds spot. They move on to 3/4. Jig second under attack now for the first over. Grand McKay. Township Pippin is still on the inside third. All down on the outside is Glad to serve 3 wide. Acton Alike into 4th. Fifth on the inside is Top Quality First and Dactylus is sitting at the back. They move on to the upper turn. Jig Time Knievel still down a 3/4 length lead. Outside second is Grand McKay. 1:29 and 4 the 3/4 Township Pippin along the inside is third. Acton Alike shows 4th. Top Quality First is 5th. They straighten out for the payoff. Led home by Jig Time Knievel. Grand McKay on the outside. Acton Alike on the far outside. Through the lane. They're not going to catch Jig Time Knievel. Grand McKay will finish second. And the show spot going to Acton Alike. Now back in victory lane is the first race winner, number 3, Jig Time Knievel. Natural Chestnut Son of Angel's Wave out of the Flashabout Dam Bond Flash over the Seawinds AMG Stables Limited of Moncton. Trained and driven by Phil Pinckney. Jig Time Knievel pacing the mile in 2:01 and 2/5. Now back in victory lane is the first race winner, number 3, Jig Time Knievel. Natural Chestnut Son of Angel's Wave out of the Flashabout Dam Bond Flash over the Seawinds AMG Stables Limited of Moncton. Trained and driven by Phil Pinckney. The mile in Time Knievel pacing the mile in 2:01. Down your card rates 4-2-1, 3-6-5-7. For Acton Alike third, 5 Dactylus with 6, Top Quality First, 5th at 7. Glad to serve 7. The quarter 28 and 4, the half in 59 seconds, 3/4 in 1:29 and 4, the mile in 2:01 and 2/5. Down your card reads 4-2-1, 3-6-5-7. Triactor 3-2-4, it returned 27.70. The Quinella at 6:40.